early contact, early and often, swinging hard and swinging, again, early in counts, and just trusting the process of putting the ball in play, hitting the ball hard. First at bat of the game, TJ Woodson, 106 off the bat, but it was a ground out to third. It was only the second pitch of the game, so the Crawdads had that approach of, again, swinging very early, swinging for their pitches. If opposing pitchers are going to throw it in the zone, the Crawdads will be swinging, and they won't be missing. Just the question of whether it's going to start falling or not, and well, it did finally in the 6th and 7th innings yesterday. So looking to ride off that momentum. I think the Crawdads are going to keep a similar approach against the CCL bottom-dwelling San Francisco Seagulls.
Absolutely, and how about the other side, the bullpen for Walnut Creek? Kalani Hadegi went 4 innings, 2 hits allowed, 2 runs on just a solo home run, courtesy of Tino Vassell of the Stompers. 5 walks, which was the sore spot for him, 2 strikeouts, then the bullpen. An inning of scoreless work from Paul Wheeler, 2 innings of scoreless work from Alex Gomez, 1 inning scoreless from Ryan Delaney, and another additional scoreless inning from Miles Brand. The bullpen, Harry, really cleaned it up. Just 1 hit allowed in total by the bullpen. Pardon me, 2 on the entire afternoon. So just 4 hits for Sonoma in total. It was just masterful.
Well, they've just been absolutely outstanding in the last week or so. Now, week plus, you can call it, after getting off to the good start to this week yesterday. And, well, it's just anyone who's matched up with any other lineup right now, it feels like that they're not going to really give up any ground. So this bullpen's been absolutely phenomenal, and as well as that, the starters have set the tone very well.
That they have. So how about you folks? Have a look at the highlights from yesterday's win over Sonoma.
I think he got the pitch. Hit hard to short. Parker on a knee. Goes to second for 1. Over to first, Ramos. It's a double play. Hadegi a long pause and comes in, and it's tipped into the mitt. A changeup had him out front. Winchell holds on. Back-to-back strikeouts. Ends the inning.
1-0 pitch to Pulasic. Served the other way into left. Now trailing towards the foul line. Ramos has the wave, and he'll head in to score. RBI double, Daniel Pulasic. The Crawdads are on the board in the bottom of the 6th. Still
Lost of 90 feet.
the 1-0 from Harwell. Outside breaking ball hit high in the air. Into right field. Keys tracking back, makes the catch. Pulasic tags from third, and he'll score on the sac fly. We're tied at 2. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. First offering to Ayala, grounded to third. TJ Woodson on to second for 1 and first. Kicks and delivers. 0-1 grounded up the middle. Base hit for Barrett Ronson. Squeaks through the infield. Winchell will score. Bull takes a big lead at second. Now diving back the tag. Not in time. Now the payoff. Ramos hits one on the ground to third. Takes a hop off of a cell. Bull heads in to score. Cummings gives the wave to Ronson. He'll score as well. Ramos into second, and Aldridge stands up at third. 1-0 pitch to Pulasic. Served the other way into left. Now trailing towards the foul line. Ramos has the wave, and he'll head in to score. RBI double, Daniel Pulasic. The Crawdads are on the board in the bottom of the 6th. Now comes home out of the stretch. First pitch, and Woodson flares it the other way, right down the right field line. Base hit. Now he'll turn for second as this ball gets into the gap. Aldridge and Ramos score. RBI double, TJ Woodson. 7-2, Walnut Creek leads. He's 1 for 3. The 0-1 ripped on a line into center field. Taylor came forward, now going back, makes the catch. Woodson tagging from second. His dive head first, he's safe at third. Now the ball gets away from the third baseman Vassell. Woodson will jog in home. First offering to Daramarala. Hit in the air, left field. Pulasic camps under it. That'll do it. 1 pitch for the final out. Miles Brand and the Crawdads get it done. So those were your highlights on today's pregame show, brought to you by Up the Creek Records. Up the Creek is a great record shop right next to the Ace Hardware in downtown Walnut Creek. They buy and sell new and used vinyl records, CDs, and cassettes, as well as skateboard gear and a variety of other fun gifts like yo-yos and hacky sacks. They also have an all-ages live music venue that hosts local bands every weekend, so check out who is playing at upthecreekrecords.com or their Instagram at upthecreekrecords. We're going to take a quick break here on the Crawdads postgame show. When we come back, keys to the game and the preview between the Seagulls and the Crawdads. Welcome back to the Up the Creek pregame show here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Let's get right into our keys to the game for today, Harry. Number one, Crawdads have to keep dominating. They've won 7 straight in part because both the offense and the defense have been fantastic. The pitching is good, the hitters are doing their job, and they're limiting errors. Got to continue that, especially against the Seagulls, a team they are 4-0 against with a massive run differential.
Well, yeah, and particularly because it's against the Seagulls, just keep on dominating them as they did last week at San Bruno, 11-1 win last time. Now at home, and a lot of games coming up against San Francisco, so keep putting the hammer down.
Yeah, first of 3 this week. Second key to the game, limit walks. That was the problem for Kalani Hadegi yesterday. Was 5 walks in the Crawdad bullpen, administered none combined. The next 4 guys out of the pen. Need to see more of that for Walnut Creek, and that's been the recipe for success for pretty much all of their pitchers.
It has, and in the CCL, when you're limiting free passes, you're going to be limiting a lot of runs, whether that's walks, hits by pitch, rather, errors. We saw it yesterday. The Stompers, who have nearly the most errors in the CCL, had a whole lot of them, 5 of them yesterday, and several of them sparked the big 6th and 7th inning rallies. So just limiting all those types of free passes. It starts with the pitchers, starts with limiting the walks. If you limit walks, errors become less important.
At the offensive side of the ball, take pitches. Yesterday, the Crawdads really weren't able to do so, Harry, just because Sonoma, their pitching staff, was throwing strikes throughout the ball game. This is a San Francisco bullpen that is not nearly as effective. They come into today with an ERA 7.51 as a team, 12th worst, or 12th best, so 4th worst in the entire CCL. Crawdads need to make them throw pitches, and they're going to get into hitter-friendly counts if they do so.
Eventually, the approach yesterday of really just swinging early in the counts, getting their pitches worked out. But, I mean, last week it felt like the Crawdads were looking so good because they were really working long at-bats, taking balls, getting to 3-ball counts, taking those free passes. But still, you can't knock them for the hard contact they were putting in play yesterday. Finally came to some success in the run category, again, later in the game yesterday. So just trying to find their pitch still, but not chasing after anything too early in counts.
Also on the offensive end for Walnut Creek, keep running on the base pass. They've been so good at stealing, but they did not record a steal yesterday against Sonoma. The pitching staff was really good at limiting base runners and keeping control of base runners when they were on. But against the Seagulls, this is a team that the Crawdads have run wild on before.
They have, and that's what I'm looking at, is no stolen bases yesterday. That was the first time in a while that the Crawdads haven't stolen a base in a game, and they're 2 shy of 50. So let's get to that 50 mark today.
That will be the goal. Final key to the game for Walnut Creek. Keep throwing strikes. That's the only other aspect of pitching besides limiting the walks. Attack the hitters in the zone, and it'll get the job done.
Absolutely. Goes hand in hand with limiting walks. Just fire them in the zone. You know, trust your defense behind you. It's a really, really solid defense for the Crawdads. 96.1 field percentage. That's up towards the top half of the CCL. So a lot of guys you can trust out there, and they've made a bunch of amazing double plays yesterday and the game before. So it's a defense that's kind of finding its legs.
That they have. That's been our keys to the game here on the Crawdads pregame show. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back for first pitch in a few minutes. Welcome into the Crawdad Streaming Network. First pitch just moments away. Today's first pitch time and temperature are brought to you by Meadowlark Dairy, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. 74 and sunny, not a cloud in sight here at Monte Vista High School in Danville. Perfect day for baseball. Now let's have a look at today's starting pitcher matchup brought to you by Danville Chocolates, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Making his first start of the season, it's Weston Thornberry, the right-hander out of Fresno State for Walnut Creek. And Thornberry so far has been absolutely lights out. 9.2 innings, 1-0, an ERA of 0 in 5 appearances, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. Let's have a look at the defense behind him today as well. Drew Longacre making his second start behind the dish. Then Cam Taylor over at first, Elijah Ramos at second, TJ Woodson at short, Kevin Parker Jr. manning third, then Daniel Pulasic in left, Dylan Pettis in center, and Shane Aldridge in right field.
It's a group that's kind of figuring itself out, finding its permanent places, dare I say so far. Infield, at least everywhere except first base, the same exactly. No, actually just shaken up a little bit. Woodson and Parker flipped, but Ramos over there at second again. Cam Taylor at first.
Yeah, Taylor played DH yesterday and now gets his first start at first base in 2026, a place where he was really good last year for Walnut Creek. Has that big frame, stretches left-handed as well, so able to cover the bag fantastically. Let's have a look, Harry, real quick at the San Francisco Seagulls lineups today. Armando Hurtado leading off, playing left field. Tanner Wall hitting second, playing second. Then Jake Brewer, the shortstop, hitting third. Derek Waldvogel cleaning up, playing in right field. Alan Ramirez, the third baseman, hitting fifth. George Schmidt making his debut and playing center field, rising freshman. Then Ethan Lopez DHing in the 7th spot. Brandon Swanson playing first, hitting 8th. And Marcus Graham catching and hitting 9th. Hurtado steps in from the right side. Thornberry kicks and delivers. Hard ground ball to third. Diving effort. Backhand. Parker Jr. picks it up. The throw across the diamond. And Cam Taylor stretches in the dirt to grab it.
Ooh-wee! Coming off the right hand hard. Kevin Parker Jr. diving stop. Did enough to keep it out in front of him and fire a strike to first. Man, that's what you got to do. Whenever you don't make the play with the glove, that's what the coach will tell you, is you pick it up with the bare hand the second attempt, and he did it perfectly there, ready to wind up and throw. And I want to see the numbers on that throw. That was whipped across the diamond.
Already 2 right-handers warming up for San Francisco, including Loudon Hilliard, the starter. First offering to Wall, breaking ball at the knees, strike number 1.
That's interesting. Yeah, never really seen that before their team even comes out to pitch. 2 guys up there, including the starter.
Nothing, 1 to Wall. Thornberry misses low with the fastball. 1-1. Tanner Wall, perhaps the best hitter for San Francisco this season. 12 games, 341 batting average, 438 on base, and 415 slugging. Just a guy that knows how to get aboard. 1-1 pitch to him. Lined up the middle into shallow center field. Base hit. Pettis tracks it down. Now moving to the gap. Wall heading to second. And the throw into the cutoff man Woodson not in time. 1-out double for Tanner Wall.
This is an excellent example of hitting it where it's pitched. Outer half. Just rides it over the shortstop Woodson's head. And that one had some zip on it. He rolled nearly all the way to the wall out there in left center. So kept on going. Good thing that this field is not made of turf and that there is a fence out there. That one would have rolled forever if not.
RBI chance now for Jake Brewer on a 9-game hitting streak. Thornberry, that last hit to Wall, just his 6th allowed this season. First offering, slider outside, misses to Brewer.
And Thornberry, just a guy who's impossible to get on base against almost. A whip under 1. So he really limits both the walks and the hits, though. Balls in play are very common. Only 6 strikeouts in 9.2 innings.
1-0 offering. Fastball at the belt. Strike number 1.
So it'll make you swing it. But just so far in the CCL and the season overall, no one has really found success against Thornberry.
Not to this point. Making his first start here today. 5 previous appearances have all been out of the bullpen. The right-hander's 1-1. Breaking ball chopped foul, third base side. 1-2 to Brewer. Wall, big lead at second base. Waldvogel, another right-hander on deck. Just 3 lefties in the order today for San Francisco, including Wall, who just hit, Schmidt in the 6 spot, and Graham in the 9. Thornberry collects at the belt. He brings the 1-2 home. Well outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Brewer. Thornberry, 9 2/3 scoreless innings over his first 5 outings as a Crawdad. Try to keep it right there. His 2-2. Fastball misses low and outside. Full count to Brewer. Brewer in his own right. 292 hitter, 404 on base percentage in 16 games. He's played in every single contest for San Francisco. The payoff from Thornberry. Fastball low in the zone, chopped foul behind home plate. Count still full to Brewer, the second-year San Francisco Seagull. Thornberry with the 3-2. Fastball served the other way, foul territory right field. And look out, the Crawdad bullpen has to duck.
This is exactly what you want your top third to do after the first guy gets out on a first pitch out. I mean, just work at bats, get on base, of course. I mean, obviously, the extra base hit is a big positive sign for Tanner Wall, but now working pitches out of Weston Thornberry.
Guy who's at most gone 2 innings in an appearance. 3-2 pitch, slider misses low and away, and Brewer works a 1-out walk. Now 2 on for Waldvogel in the cleanup spot.
Again, not a guy that gives up really walks or hits at all, and now back-to-back, a hit and a walk. So Thornberry trying to find his footing a little bit in the starting pitcher role today. The first time this season, this summer.
Yeah, perhaps just some unfamiliarity, trying to shake it off. Ramos shaded over to second, pardon me. Woodson playing deep at short. Parker Jr. middle of the dirt at third. First pitch to the right-hander, Waldvogel. Fastball bounces in the dirt, gets behind Longacre, and now both runners advance, taking away the double play possibility. Gotta wonder now, Harry, if it's gonna be swings away for Waldvogel.
And if you're Thornberry, you can pitch around him if you like. The on-deck hitter, Alan Ramirez, just 167 on the summer so far. If you want to pitch around Waldvogel in the cleanup spot, with the open base at first, set up a force anywhere. Let's see if he'll help you out again. Just throw pitches out of the zone, see if he'll chase.
The 0-1. Slash on a line towards right field, out of play.
Or just go right at him. Try and attack. Trust your stuff against a team that is just 4-13, batting .223 as a team. I mean, I think it's worth kind of taking that risk, that measured risk. Because it's also a team that doesn't limit runs on the pitching side. So you know that if you're the Crawdads, you're going to be able to get some of these runs back if they do come around here early.
Seagulls have scored at least 7 in each of their last 2 games. 1-1 to Waldvogel, wave and a miss. Good off-speed pitch outside from Thornberry. One out, 2 runners in scoring position. The Seagulls trying to strike first. The 1-2. Slider well outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's a run-saving stop by, not Waldvogel, but Longacre back there.
Absolutely. I mean, you've got lots of speed with Tanner Wall over at third base, excuse me. Likely could have trotted home.
A big backstop here at Monte Vista High School. Pretty much anything by the catcher is a free 90 at least. Haven't seen it turn into 180 yet this season, but very well could. It's way back from the plate.
Thornberry looks into Longacre. And now the catcher for the Crawdads calls time. Quick battery meeting. If you're Longacre in this situation, what are you trying to tell Thornberry?
I don't know. Might have just had a little slight mix-up there on the signs. I don't know. It was a very quick meeting, and Longacre kind of quick to call it again behind the plate, too. Pitch was about to come home. Maybe just saying at this point in the count, Try and get him to chase 3-2, but keep it off the dirt, please.
Thornberry with another 2-strike pitch. Off speed, high and tight. Second straight full count. Waldvogel could walk the bases loaded for Alan Ramirez, the man on deck for San Francisco. Payoff from Thornberry. Fastball down the middle, strike 3 swinging.
And just went with the Bayou fastball. Challenged him big time, right down the middle.
7th K of the year for Thornberry. Still 2 runners in scoring position for San Francisco. 2 outs, top of the first for Ramirez, the third baseman. And like you alluded to, Harry, a 167 hitter in 5 games. First delivery from Thornberry. Fastball, knee high, strike 1. Ramirez, rising redshirt senior at San Jose State after some other stops at West Valley College and Mission College. Another second-year Seagull. 0-1 to him. Fastball, high chop right up the middle. Ramos over from second, leaping, deflects off his glove. In comes Wall. Brewer will score as well. 2 RBI single for Alan Ramirez, and the Seagulls strike first.
Wow, it just didn't come off the bat hard at all, but sometimes you just hit it to the right spot with the right kind of spin on it. That one, a high chopper that Ramos just had to keep up towards the middle. He kind of cut the angle off a bit because he had to think that you need to get to that ball quickly when it's hit so slowly like that to have a chance, but it makes it on that high hop where it gets a little, rides up on you.
First offering outside to George Schmidt, center fielder making his debut for the Seagulls, also facing collegiate pitching for the first time. Just graduated over at Foothill High School in Pleasanton. Thornberry still with a runner on. The 1-0 out of the stretch. Off speed and low. 2 balls and no strikes. So Thornberry, his 5 straight appearances scoreless comes to an end in his 6th outing for Walnut Creek. First 2 runs that he's allowed all season, courtesy of Alan Ramirez. 2-0 home to Schmidt. Fastball hit high in the air, not deep to left. Plastic moving over to his right a couple steps, puts it away. So the Seagulls score early, a 2 RBI single from Ramirez. We'll go to the home half. Walnut Creek trying to cut back in. Bottom of the first, and for the second time in 2 games, the Crawdads trail by 2 runs. Let's have a look at the order today for Walnut Creek. TJ Woodson leading off playing short. Daniel Pulasic hitting 2 and in left field. Kevin Parker Jr. at third, hitting third. Sutter Moss cleaning up, the designated hitter. Then Cam Taylor at first, batting 5th. Elijah Ramos, the second baseman, hitting 6th. Dylan Perez in center field in the 7th spot. Shane Aldridge 8th and in right field. And Drew Longacre, the catcher, batting 9th. Have a look at the starting pitcher for San Francisco, brought to you by Danville Chocolates. Loudon Hilliard out again against the Crawdads. This is now his 4th appearance, his 3rd start. 9 innings through the first 3 games. He's 0-1 with an ERA of 10.
And on the flip side of Weston Thornberry, hadn't given up a single earned run over 9 2/3 coming into today. This guy Hilliard, 10 earned runs in 9 innings pitched. So it's hopefully a guy that the Crawdads can kind of jump on here early. 11 hits allowed, 15 runs, just 10 of them, again, 10 of them earned. The strikeout number is up there, 16 in 9 innings. So
Gonna get some wave and miss
Man,
stuff.
yeah, that's kind of a tricky stat line to deal with there. You never know what you're going to get.
Hilliard has pitched against the Crawdads before. Last time out, June 7th, he went 3 innings, 3 hits allowed, 3 runs, 5 strikeouts though. Allowed 1 home run. That was to Bryden Bull, big righty's first hit of the year, but Bull not starting today for Walnut Creek. Hilliard, rising redshirt sophomore at Morehead State. This year he threw 11 innings out in the Midwest. So up comes TJ Woodson, the guy who's been red hot at the dish for Walnut Creek. 295 average in 13 games. 13 hits, 7 of which have gone for doubles in conference play. TJ Two Bags, they're calling him. And if he gets another double today, it would be the fastest ever Crawdad to reach 10 doubles in a season. Hilliard ready to go, third base side of the rubber. Right-hander turns and fires. Woodson takes a heater high.
Woodson also leading the entire CCL with doubles. 9 of them. Or 7 of them, excuse me. Tied for the lead in league play so far.
Just a whole lot of gap power from that right-handed swing. Hilliard, the 1-0. Fastball high.
Of course,
2 balls and no strikes.
Of course, has the 9 in all contests. But yeah, so 7 in the CCL, tied with Brendan Comerford of San Luis Obispo for the CCL lead.
And non-league games do not count towards league leader stats. But that doesn't necessarily hurt Woodson. 2-0 offering to the rising redshirt freshman at Baylor. Fastball outer third, belt high, strike 1.
Yet to double against San Francisco this season, though. Probably one of the few CCL teams he hasn't doubled against.
A couple singles last time he played San Francisco, last Friday that was. Now the 2-1, off speed and high.
Similar to how Ryan Ellis had a hit against every CCL team except the Seagulls. The last couple of times they came up against the Crawdads here, and wow, I mean, the Seagulls have some magic sauce.
Hitter friendly to Woodson, the 3-1. Fastball on the inner third. TJ Woodson was halfway to first base. He thought that was ball 4. Instead, it's a full count.
It looked a little in tight, but establishing the zone here early. Sometimes if you take a walk down to first, maybe the zone even expands a bit more for the umpire back there. Becomes a little bit personal.
Now Woodson has to protect. 2 strikes. Hilliard looking for a put-away pitch. Right-hander with the payoff. Fastball outside, ball 4. Woodson works the leadoff walk. Now with a Crawdad base runner on, Walnut Creek is third in the CCL in steals right now. 90.6% success rate on steals. 48 successful attempts on 53 tries. Among one of the best in the league. Here's Pulasic from the left side. Hilliard at the platoon disadvantage. First pitch doesn't matter. Fires a fastball for a strike at the knees. 0-1 to Pulasic, a guy who in his last 3 games for Walnut Creek, 5 for 14 with a triple, double, and 3 singles. 5 runs batted in. UC Irvine product is starting to heat up. Woodson, big lead at first. Hilliard's 0-1 out of the stretch. Fastball inside. Count even at 1. Pulasic had a breakout game on Saturday against Alameda. Went 3 for 5 with a triple, 2 singles, and 3 runs driven in. Also had a sac fly and earned himself player of the game for the first time this season. 1-1 from Hilliard. Runner goes. Hard hit ground ball up the middle. On is Brewer from short. Steps on the bag, then throws to first. 6-3 double play unassisted.
Wow. That's the least fortunate type of hit you can ever have. Runner goes off of first, you swing at the pitch, hit and run or run and hit, and you send it up the middle to where there usually is nobody playing, but since the middle's crashing to cover the second base bag, it ends up right in the lap of the shortstop Brewer, and he's already on the bag, makes a step, easy throw, a lot of time to make it. So, man, that's just a lot of misfortune for Daniel Pulasic on that one.
All of a sudden, 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Crawdads trailing by 2. Kevin Parker Jr. to the dish. First offering from the right-hander, Hilliard, fouled straight back towards us.
And as well as that, I mean, Woodson would have had the bag stolen for sure, but again, the run and hit or hit and run called on. So if you see a good pitch, let a rip. Again, Pulasic again deposited it towards the middle. Would have been a base hit.
Now no base runners for Walnut Creek. 0-1 to Parker Jr. Hit in the air to straightaway center field. Schmidt tracking back to the wall, and he makes the grab. Crawdads had a leading base runner on with no outs, and the double play plus the fly out erase any chance of scoring in the bottom of the first. We'll take a break. Top of the second we go right after this. Top of the second here at Monte Vista High School. The San Francisco Seagulls lead 2-0 over the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Weston Thornberry, 2 hits, 2 runs in the top of the first. RBI single, from Alan Ramirez. But last time out, the pitchers for Walnut Creek were incredible. 14 strikeouts, 5 stranded Seagulls on 6 hits, 1 run, an 11-1 win in which the starter Jeremy Jones got credit for the dub. 7-8-9 due up. Lopez, Swanson, and Marcus Graham. Lopez from the right side, a 250 hitter. First pitch, wave and a miss. Off-speed pitch outside. Oh, 1 from Thornberry. Slider misses the outer third. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ethan Lopez.
Well tracked by Lopez after going off to the first pitch on the outside part. Thornberry just trying to expand it more, kind of tunnel that breaking ball off the fastball.
1-1 from the right-hander. Another breaking ball outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Feels like Harry Thornberry hasn't had quite the same command of the strike zone he has in his previous 5 appearances so far today.
Yeah, losing batters to early 2-1, 3-ball counts.
2-1, swinging a foul tip into Longacre's glove.
But now against the bottom third of the order, kind of an inning to settle back in, try and get back on your feet a little bit. I mean, highest average here is Ethan Lopez, 250. Next to both below 150. So you got to attack the zone. Gives you confidence knowing that.
2-2. Thornberry serves up a breaking ball top of the zone. Ramos into shallow right from second base, makes the catch.
That's a good break, too. I mean, that is a tough play out there, and second base usually has the best angle. It's kind of behind first shot, so Ramos, a great read, because that one didn't have a lot on it, but also didn't have a lot under it, so a good chance for that one to get down. And Ramos not had almost a nearly perfect break on it. It's probably a leadoff knock.
Instead of a first base hit, it's an out. Swanson to the dish, the first baseman. Thornberry's first pitch, fastball inner third, wave and a miss. Swanson, rising redshirt junior at the College of Southern Nevada. Spent 2 seasons there, now is undecided on where he's going next. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball fouled away. This is more of the Thornberry we're used to seeing, Harry. Just attacking all parts of the zone.
There you go, getting ahead, yep. Warranting early swings. That's what he plays for.
Swanson, 8 strikeouts this season in 15 at-bats, 7 games played. 0-2 to him. Off speed and outside. Marcus Graham, the catcher, on deck. And then it would be Hurtado in the hole. Lineup potentially could turn over. One-two from Thornberry. Fastball, wave and a miss. No, it's foul tipped. Swanson just able to stay alive. Longacre, if he had the squeeze on it, that's strike 3.
Nearly had it. Hear the 2 little hits of sound there, off the bat, then off the glove. Boom. Just couldn't squeeze it. I guess there were 3, then the ground makes 1.
1-2 again is outside. So now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Swanson. Swanson at College of Southern Nevada, .299 career hitter in 92 games. 51 total runs driven in this season. No RBIs on just 2 hits. 2-2. Breaking ball slapped slowly foul, third base side.
Working a lot of pitches out of Thornberry. Had 22 already in the first, so I mean, he's going to be capped today, 3 innings, but having to do some work here in the first 2. No action really out there in the right field Crawdads bullpen, though, so still some time to get back, try and get through 3.
Trey Galino likely the next guy out of the pen for Walnut Creek. 2-2. Fastball grounded sharply to third. Diving effort, Parker Jr. The throw across the diamond in time. How about 2 web gems for Parker Jr. over there at third?
And 2 throws that are just lasers across the diamond. That was another ripper. He really likes to get the jersey dirty over there at third when he's at the hot corner. He's always laying out, making a nice play there. And Charlie, taking a look at what the starters have done.
Yeah, starting on the right claw, Walnut Creek starters. 54 in a third innings pitch, 19 earned runs. So 3.15 ERA. 50 Ks, just 24 walks. They've been so good. And Thornberry trying to get through a 1-2-3 inning. Here's Graham from the right side. The left side, excuse me. First pitch, off speed, outer third. Strike number 1.
Man, the number that jumps out to me there, too, the 601 on base plus slugging percentage against. I mean, that is astronomically low.
That it is. It's hard to get aboard against the Crawdad starters.
And teams aren't getting extra base hits really either.
0-1. Off speed misses low. Thornberry seems to be settling down after that 2-hit, 2-run first inning, but has worked into a pair of 2-2 counts here in the top of the second. No one on, 2 outs for the Seagulls. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball fouled away. Thornberry looking for just 1 more. Graham, 125 hitter in 15 games for the Seagulls. 6 walks brings his on-base percentage up to .271. 1-2 to the left-hander. Inside.
Now a triad of 2-2 counts.
Triad. That's a good pull.
He was halfway there at 1-1. And thank you. Just kind of rolled off the tongue.
It's always the best way to get the new vocab in.
Yeah. Comes and it goes.
2-2 from Thornberry. Fastball chopped over to first. Cam Taylor takes on the awkward hop, flips to Thornberry, covering the bag, and there it is. The 3-1 putout. 1-2-3 inning for Walnut Creek in the top of the second. The defense gives the Seagulls the claw. We'll take a break. Heading to the bottom of the second. Crawdads still trail by 2. Bottom half of the second, Crawdads went down 1-2-3. Well, almost. TJ Woodson had a leadoff walk, then Pulasic grounded into a double play, and Parker Jr. flew out. So now it's Moss, Taylor, and Ramos due up. Last time the Crawdads played the Seagulls, offense was not the problem at all, Harry. On June 19th, that was last Friday, 11 runs on 11 hits and 4 walks for Walnut Creek. Their first time in San Bruno to play the Seagulls. Nonetheless, Moss steps in, a guy who is 6 for his last 16, 3 doubles, a homer, 2 singles, and 3 runs driven in. Moss working from the left side. Hilliard trying to limit the base runners. First offering to the lefty, Moss. Fastball at the knees, strike number 1.
Moss really been swinging well, too.
Yeah, started the year 0 for 7 in his first 4 games, and that tear has brought his average back up to 281 on the season. Hilliard, the 0-1. Fastball in the opposite batter's box. Moss on Sunday hit his first homer in almost a calendar year against the Philippine baseball group. Previous one before that was exactly a year ago today against the Humboldt Crabs up in the Pacific Empire League. 1-1 from Hilliard. Breaking ball misses the outer third.
Yeah, head coach Brent Cummings and I were having a chat about Sutter after the big home run swing. Just said having some, it's an adjusting to just the velocity right now, but he's been swinging it well, and it's been working for a lot of extra base hits.
2-1. Fastball outside. Hitter-friendly count to Moss.
So therefore, as the summer goes on and in counts like this, expect just the comfort level to continue to rise.
Leadoff guy, gotta wonder if he has a green light here. Hilliard has the glove to his face, brings it down to the belt. Winds and fires the 3-1. Fastball, wave and a miss.
And that's a 3-1 swing. Get your A swing off, kid.
Moss was looking for his second home run.
Yeah.
But now the count full to him. I'll have to protect a little bit. Cam Taylor on deck, another left-hander. Hilliard with the payoff. Fastball inner third, called strike 3. Moss stunned.
That's a good spot. Moss, a guy who really likes to get the ball out over the plate a little bit, try and work the ball up the middle to left center field, but that one is on the inside corner when it's 3-2. You got to protect it, but any 3-ball count, even when it's 3-2, you're still kind of looking for your pitch, and you expect the pitcher to challenge you with something in the zone, so not quite where he was looking. That one was painted on the inner black.
Fantastic challenge pitch, even if Moss had swung. Not good contact. Anyway, 1 out, no one on in the bottom of the second for Cam Taylor. Making his first start at first base today. Was DH yesterday for Walnut Creek. First offering a breaking ball well outside. Taylor returns for his second year with Walnut Creek. Through 2 games, 4 at-bats, no hits, just a walk and a hit by pitch. And 2 strikeouts yesterday. Ramos on deck. Should the big lefty find his way aboard. Hilliard 1-0. Fastball fouled away. Taylor, .252 hitter last year. An on-base percentage of .396. He just walked so much. 1-1 count to the left-hander now. Hilliard's delivery. Wave and a miss. Fastball outer third. Really seeing the swing and miss stuff from Loudon Hilliard, Harry. 17 strikeouts on the year now after he just got Moss looking.
Showing the high-octane stuff. He doesn't really limit hits, but he runs up the strikeouts as well. So important for the Crawdads to start putting the bat on the ball a little bit, like they did in the first. Had some hard contact already.
1-2. Taylor takes a fastball inside. Hilliard Big grunt as he released it.
It looked like it came in with a little extra giddy up too.
Perhaps one of the hardest fastballs of the day from the Seagulls right-hander. Nonetheless, it's a 2-2 count now to Taylor. From the Atlanta area out in Georgia. Which is the second time he's been in California this summer. 2-2. Taylor takes strike 3, a breaking ball at the knees. 2 straight looking for Loudon Hilliard. He's dealing.
Yeah, and this is kind of the exact thing you can't do against a guy like Hilliard, again, who doesn't really limit hits, but can run up the strikeout total. So you just want to not avoid getting in the strikeout zone if you're on offense and trying to keep him out of his rhythm by, again, putting the ball in play. And if you need a guy to put the ball in play, this is probably A1 on the Crawdads roster.
Absolutely.
To do so.
Ramos coming off of a 2-for-3 day, a double, a single, and 2 ribbies. Player of the game last night. First pitch, outside fastball. Another pitch from Hilliard with a lot of juice. Ramos, in this case, probably all you need to do against another fastball. Put the bat to it, let the heat take care of the rest, serve it into the outfield. Ahead by 1. Crawdads still trail by 2, though. 2 outs, no one on. 1-0 from Hilliard. Breaking ball hit into center field, dropping in, and the diving effort, Schmidt. Did he pull it in? The umpires say yes, he did. How about George Schmidt? Tested for the first time defensively today, and he comes up big. The Crawdads go down 1-2-3. To the top of the third we go right after this. Later on in our post-game show, today's Player of the Game brought to you by Worth Group Restaurants, a local collection of East Bay restaurants owned and operated by Rodney Worth, including the Peasant and the Pear in Danville, the Bourbon Pear in Livermore, and the Golden Pear in Walnut Creek. Worth Group Restaurants, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Top of the Seagull order, Hurtado, Wall, and Brewer facing Weston Thornberry, still out there, trying to get through inning number 3. Second time that they'll face Thornberry now. First pitch to Hurtado, fastball fouled straight back. 0-1. Hurtado grounded out hard to third base. But Parker Jr., diving effort, stopped it with the glove, picked it out of the dirt, and fired a laser to just get Hurtado out at first. Seagull left fielder readies, 0-1. Off-speed pitch fouled off the end of the barrel. 0-2. Hurtado entered this contest a 234 hitter in 15 games for San Francisco. But his on-base percentage, .390, courtesy of 7 walks and 5 hit-by pitches. He's been able to find ways on. That's why he's up in the leadoff spot. Thornberry, 0-2, yanks a slider into the opposite batter's box.
It's all right. 3 pitches to work with still.
That he does. Last time in the top of the second, Thornberry was able to go 1-2-3 on 3 straight 2-2 counts. Hurtado, most pitches he's seen now is in this at-bat. 1-2, popped up, left side of the infield. Parker Jr. towards the line. Now Woodson waves him off from short and makes the catch a couple feet away from the left field foul line.
Again, those plays behind first and third is always you give way to the shortstop and second baseman because they just have a better angle to kind of run to the vertex of it rather than going straight back, which is a much tougher angle just with the way that human body's built, right? It's harder to look directly up and kind of run back. Well, it's easier to kind of look to the side while you're moving on a line.
1 out, no one on in the top of the third. Tanner Wall steps in, had a double in the first, later scored. First pitch, outer third breaking ball. Lovely strike from Thornberry.
A nice backdoor curve against the lefty starting things off. Don't see that a whole lot.
That you do not. Wall, rising freshman, committed to Pepperdine. One of 2 rising freshmen in the starting lineup. 0-2, check swing, heater inside. It's called a ball. Wall and Schmidt both heading to Division I schools right out of high school and playing here for the Seagulls today. 1-1 to Wall. Fastball hit hard over to second. Ramos collects on the hop, fires over to first with plenty of time.
It's a nice settle-in inning now for Thornberry into his third innings, facing the top. 2 weak hit outs so far and working pretty quickly in what we believe will be his final inning today, but working quickly, and that's just, again, a good change of pace from the first 2 where he kind of had to labor a bit, 22 pitches and 16 in the first and second, respectively.
Through this inning already on 6 pitches. Brewer steps in, 2 outs, no one on. From the right side, Thornberry squares bunt with 2 outs. Thornberry picks it up ahead of the mound. The throw to first, not in time. Jake Brewer legs out a 2-out bunt single. And Harry, I think fundamental baseball would tell you not to do that, but it worked, so Seagulls will take it.
I was thinking about, 2 outs, you never expect the bunt, so because you're kind of encouraged not to, but then again, a defense would probably be least expecting it. That's the case, so Brewer did it perfectly. Kind of got it, again, I mentioned yesterday, you want to get it into kind of a triangle between the catcher, pitcher, and the third baseman if you go to the left side. Then on the right side, you want it between the pitcher, the second baseman, and the first baseman. Get a little more juice on it because it's closer to the bag.
Waldvogel steps in after the manufactured base runner. First pitch, a fastball skied away in foul territory above the Crawdad dugout. Still 2 outs in the top of the third. Seagulls leading by 2. But Walnut Creek, they hung 11 runs on San Francisco last time out. So the Seagulls know they got to produce. 0-1 out of the stretch. Outer third fastball for a strike. 0-2 to Waldvogel. Rising redshirt junior. 3 seasons at Skyline College, but only played 18 games this spring. His first action actually with them. Now a pick back to first, and Brewer goes. Now he's stuck in a pickle. Parker Jr. throws back to Taylor. He lays down the tag, and that'll do it. They catch Brewer in the steal attempt. We'll resume the top of the fourth with Waldvogel at the dish, but now the Crawdads a chance to bat right after this. Bottom of the third, Crawdads being shut out so far against a team, the San Francisco Seagulls, that they have mashed against. 46 for 142 in 4 games. 10 doubles, 5 homers. The Crawdads averaging 11 runs a game against San Francisco. So far, a grand total of 0 on 0 hits, Harry. They are being shut out. Dylan Pettis, Shane Aldridge, and Drew Longacre, 7, 8, and 9, due up with a chance to change that. And Pettis, 13 league games played in the CCL. He's reached base every time. Last time against the Seagulls, additionally for Pettis, hit a homer, his first of the year, last Friday, the 19th.
He took on the short porch and right out in San Bruno, but he got it way past it. Probably would have been gone here as well, and he's been swinging it really well in BP as well. Riding it kind of to right center, hitting the ball up and out.
Got an off day yesterday, so perhaps another chance to put it together. Last time he played was against Philippine Baseball Group. Game in which he went 1 for 4, single and a stolen base in the 8th. But other than that, a pair of strikeouts and a line out.
It almost looks like a typo when you see the 196 average, but on base at 339, that's, you know, it's fairly above where you'd hope it would be. So that's, again, still able to get on base. He's gotten on base every single game he's played, again, in the CCL, 13 out of the 15. And he's gotten on in 14 straight. The only game was not, he didn't get on that he's played in was head first. That was the very first game of the year. Didn't count towards CCL stats, of course.
He'll certainly take it. Left-hander digs in. Hilliard, 2 spotless innings of work thus far, trying to keep it there. First offering to the rising sophomore at Baylor. Hilliard sets, kicks, and deals. Fastball outer third, flared away into shallow left. Coming on Hurtado, he makes the catch, runs into his teammate Brewer a little bit, but 1 pitch, 1 out.
I expected Brewer to give way a bit earlier, almost a collision out there, but they had good communication. Hurtado was loud out there, and ball. So, I mean, 1 pitch, 1 out, can't do any better for a guy who's already rolling very effectively and efficiently. That's what we said the Crawdads need to stay away from, is allowing the starter Hilliard to get outs quick. That's what they're doing so far.
No one on, 1 down for Aldridge, the right fielder. First offering, fastball low and inside. Aldridge has not struck out in his last 18 appearances entering the week. Did not strike out yesterday, went 1 for 3 with a single. And the Crawdads are 10-1 when Aldridge reaches base at least once this season. 1-0 to the tall lefty. Fastball high and tight, look out. Aldridge, rising junior in the transfer portal. Spent the spring at Menlo College. Primary leadoff guy for them. Enters this contest. 14 games played for Walnut Creek. 174 hitter. 8 hits, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. Hilliard taking his time. Now he'll bring the 2-0 home. Aldridge takes a hack, grounds a high chopper over to third. The flip to Hilliard covering the bag from Swanson is in time.
That to be kind of a complicated play. Thought Swanson at first was just going to take it over there himself, but Aldridge really burning down the line and has the advantage of being a lefty and getting out of the box a little quicker with the momentum of his swing and being just literally physically closer to first base. So still, though, a nice operation over there. 3-1 put out.
Does the job, and now Hilliard has retired the last 6 Crawdad batters he's seen. 7, mind you, if you include Pulasic's double play.
Yeah, haven't had anyone on since the leadoff walk of TJ Woodson.
Here's Longacre in the 9-hole. Woodson on deck. 2 outs, no one on, bottom of the 3rd. Hilliard's first pitch to the Crawdad catcher. Breaking ball, top of the zone. Strike number 1. Longacre. 1 start this season. Came on Saturday against the Alameda Merchants. Had a pair of hits, 2 for 5. 2 RBI singles as well. Oh, 0-1 delivery from Hilliard. Fastball outside. Crawdad bats slumbering at the moment. Left-hander getting warm for San Francisco. And a right-hander warming up for Walnut Creek as well. 2-0 lead for the Seagulls. Hilliard, 1-1 pitch to Longacre. Curveball that doesn't drop.
What I really like about what Hilliard's doing right now on the mound, he's just taking his time, commanding his mound out there. No pitch clock here in the CCL, so he can take as much time as he wants, and he's using a lot of it, and it's been going to success so far. He's got a good routine going.
2-1. Wave and a miss. Fastball past Longacre.
I think it kind of plays into the mind game, too, of baseball now with the pitch clock during the regular collegiate season. Now, kind of as hitters thinking about it a bit more, becomes a mental game. Makes you a little bit more antsy, perhaps, at the plate and wanting to swing.
2-2 count to Longacre. Hilliard looking for the put away. Fastball misses just upstairs. Full count to the Crawdad catcher.
That pitch a good candidate for the put away, too. That was right just up and out. So a good take by Longacre. The catcher probably knows the zone as well as anybody.
That he does. He's talking about it with me when he was catching against Alameda in that first start. How he was trying to convey to the umpire what was being missed in terms of calls. Longacre rising redshirt freshman at Jessup. 3-2. Fastball fouled back. He stays alive. Longacre just 2 games appeared in at Jessup this spring. 1 at bat. He walked in his other plate appearance. So he's out here with the Crawdads just trying to get some playing time, swing the bat, and look live heading into the fall. Hilliard shakes off 1 call from Graham. Finally agrees to this here. And now time called. Graham's going to signal to the home plate umpire. Let Hilliard reset.
It's the first time he's kind of had a notch in his time routine.
It has been kind of uninterrupted. Payoff to Longacre. Fastball just fouled back, pops out of Graham's glove. Dropped foul tips, 3.
Yeah, he wanted that one back, so now second life for Longacre, who's put up the best at bat of any Crawdad so far, perhaps since the start of the game. TJ Woodson, the 3-2 walk, but Longacre's been on time and seeing competitive pitches.
And he's just staying alive. Doing all he can to flip the lineup over.
Yeah, Woodson had a bit of an easier time taking those pitches for a walk. They were kind of way out of the zone.
3-2 again from Hilliard. Breaking ball misses inside, and Drew Longacre works a very long walk, just the second Crawdad base runner of the game. And now Woodson comes back up, the other base runner.
And that's a really big at bat from your 9-hitter. I mean, your team, you see, what, 7 guys in a row go down right in front of you, so just to go up there and maintain an approach of patience and only trying to find your pitch, fouling off the tough ones, the close ones, and working the walk. Really well done by the 9-place hitter. And now the double machine, chance to drive in a 2-out run.
TJ 2 bags, chance to get something started. 2 outs, 1 on. First pitch out in front, just fouls off the breaking ball. Woodson on a 5-game hit streak. 2 of his last 4 games, he's had 2 doubles. And all 3 of Woodson's multi-hit games, of which there are 3, he's had at least 2 doubles. Hilliard delivers the 0-1. Breaking ball low. That's what you get out of TJ Woodson. Very disciplined bat. Doesn't really extend the strike zone.
No, and he can go either left center, right center gap. So he can't really go middle in or away too. I mean, he's got a really quick bat through the zone.
1-1. Fastball belt high. 1-2 to Woodson. Son of Tracy Woodson. Spent 5 years in the MLB for the Dodgers and the Cardinals. 1988 World Series champion. And thus far, TJ looking like he's got MLB in the blood. One of the Crawdad best hitters. Has to protect with 1-2, and he does. Serves it into shallow left, drops in front of Hurtado. Base hit, first of the day for Walnut Creek.
And that one in on the hands a little bit too. I thought he got a little bit more of it. Thought he hit it a bit harder, and I was kind of looking down, ready to end the inning, because that one would have hung up for Hurtado had he gotten all of it. But instead, again, off the hands a little bit, was able to drop down. Now the Crawdads have a 2-out rally, and they've been hitting pretty well with 2 outs. It feels like over the last several games, able to manage 2-out rallies, keep pitchers off their rocker, and especially when opposing defenses make errors, which hasn't happened yet in this inning, but Crawdads really do a good job of just hitting you when you're down a little bit.
Absolutely. Longacre at second, Woodson at first, and now Pulasic comes up. 2 outs, bottom of the third. Walnut Creek trailing 2. Hilliard got Pulasic to roll into a 6-3 double play last time up. Would love another ground ball out of the Crawdad left fielder. First pitch, served into the right center gap, drops for a base hit. Longacre rounding third. He'll come in to score. RBI single, Daniel Pulasic, and the lead just 1 for San Francisco.
Again, the Crawdads, they just like to break your spirits. 2 softly hit balls in a row, dropping for hits. And all of it happening again with 2 outs after the 2-out walk by Longacre. Again, showing how huge that walk was by the Niner. You get it up to your best bats. They're able to work you around, work you in, and cut the lead in half.
Back-to-back singles. Get the Crawdads on the board. And just fundamental baseball they play, Harry. They put the ball in play. Yeah. Soft contact to the gaps. Really old school.
Exactly, and again, just shows the importance of getting the ball in play and not falling into the strikeout mode against Hilliard, because once you start hitting him, it's when he starts to give up a lot of runs.
Runners on the corners with 2 down. Kevin Parker Jr. steps up. Last time against Hilliard, Parker Jr. ripped an 0-1 fastball into center field. Diving effort from Schmidt ended the inning. Hilliard's first pitch, breaking ball, wave and a miss. Parker Jr. debuting a new piece of lumber. Black and tan bat with a little bit of a teal multicolored grip. First time he's used it in a game. Hit with it a little bit in batting practice today. Oh, 1 to the right-hander. Pulasic goes, wave and a miss. But Daniel Pulasic steals a base. It's the 49th of the year for Walnut Creek. They're 3rd in the California Collegiate League in swiped bases. And now a 2 RBI chance for Parker Jr. 0-2 to him, though. Parker Jr. was 0 for 3 yesterday. Broke a 3-game hit streak, which he went 6 of 13, 2 doubles, a homer, and 4 singles. Hilliard, the 0-2. Breaking ball hit on the infield through the right side. Another RBI base hit for Walnut Creek, and Daniel Pulasic will round third and score. How about that? Kevin Parker Jr., 2 RBI single. Crawdads take the lead, 3-2 in the bottom of the third.
And turning over the lineup, how important it is getting things started at the bottom. They did it yesterday, too, in the 6th inning with Elijah Ramos. Now Drew Longacre, I say it again. He gets the 2-out walk in the 9 spot, and then the leadoff guys just go 3 straight knocks to bring in 3 runs. That is huge team baseball, and exactly why the Crawdads have been winning so many games. I mean, just getting contributions everywhere. Again, kind of breaking opponents' spirits.
Still a 2-out base runner with Parker Jr. at first. Moss, the cleanup man. Chance to add even more to the Walnut Creek lead. Quite the rally back in this inning. 3 straight singles, 2 of which have brought in runs, courtesy of Daniel Pulasic and Kevin Parker Jr., 2 of the hottest bats in the Crawdad order. Moss struck out looking, had a full count to lead off the bottom of the 2nd. Got an inner third fastball from Hilliard that stunned him. We're going to change his fortunes. since June 9th. Sutter Moss, 9 for 28. OPS over 1,000. First pitch, waves and misses. Breaking ball low. Big lead at first for Parker Jr. Hilliard, brief look, but now refocuses at home plate. 0-1 to Moss. Parker Jr. goes, waving a miss. Foul tip, they'll call it. Parker Jr. would have had the stolen base, which would have been his 11th, but instead, he'll have to retreat to first.
Yeah, he's now got the active Crawdad team lead. It's Daniel Pulaskic still on the top with 12, but he will not be with the Crawdads for the rest of the year. So now Kevin Parker kind of slides into quasi-first place. But one thing I like there from third base, manager Brent Cummings yelled, "It's a foul ball, Kevin." After that, had to go on back.
There's a gem from the skipper.
Excited for stolen base number 50, though. It's coming soon.
That it is. We might see it today.
Maybe right now, this pitch.
0-2 to Moss. Parker Jr. does go. Check swing.
Wow.
Foul tip into Graham's glove. Moss thought he held up instead. It's his second strikeout of the day. Walnut Creek does get 3 runs back, and they now lead, courtesy of a single from Woodson, RBI single from Pulaskic, and a 2 RBI single from Parker Jr. To the top of the 4th we go. We'll be back right after this. The California Collegiate League's biggest event of the summer is coming to Reno, Nevada on Saturday, July 4th. The 2026 CCL All-Star Game will bring together the league's top players and future professional prospects at Greater Nevada Field, home of the Reno Aces. Following the game, fans will enjoy a spectacular fireworks show as part of the America 250 celebration. To purchase tickets and learn more, visit www.calsummerball.com. With the heart of the Seagull order due up, Waldvogel, Ramirez, and Schmidt, 3 righties and a lefty, the Crawdads go to the bullpen. Trey Galino gets the call. He's made 2 appearances in league play, 2 2/3 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts, 3 walks, ERA of 0, 13 batters faced for the rising redshirt freshman at California, one of 3 Golden Bears pitching for Walnut Creek.
Yeah, the pipeline from East Bay to slightly more east, but slightly farther away from the bay.
Very correct. Harry knows his geography, apparently.
The people tend to put Walnut Creek in debates of whether it's considered Bay Area or not.
It's absolutely the Bay. That's just ridiculous.
I see the argument, though.
I mean,
I'm on the side of it
yeah,
is, but
it
definitely is a little bit further off of Oakland right there
Right.
and Alameda, but
still, the hills right behind Oakland are still the East Bay. There's not really a terrain or geographical difference to me that separates it from the Bay. It doesn't have to be right on the water. I mean, you could argue the Bay extends up Interstate 80. Where it ends is debatable, but nonetheless, it goes up north and east a little bit. Anyway, back to baseball. Here's Waldvogel to the dish.
not Sacramento.
No, Sacramento's not the Bay Area. That is absolutely a cutoff, hard cutoff.
There we go.
Although technically, you might want to make an argument because the Delta is there.
I don't want to hear it.
Sacramento River flows into the Bay, but I'm not arguing for it. I'm just saying that exists.
There you go.
Anyway, here's Galino. Righty kicks and fires. Waldvogel takes a fastball low. Galino, Los Gatos, California native. Played his high school ball with a guy the Crawdads just added to the roster, Lucas Carlisle, infield to replace Peyton Rolls. 1-0 to Waldvogel. Breaking ball outside. 2-0, Galino. Kind of a 2-pitch kind of mix. Fastball, curveball.
And Los Gatos, another one that's kind of right on the brink of what people might consider Bay Area or not.
That it is. Out in South San Jose, basically. 2-0 to Walt Vogel. Look out. Fastball inside. Thornberry went 3 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk and a strikeout. Crawdad bullpen has been locked down past 5 games. Galino trying to settle in. It's down 3-0 in this count. And misses ball 4, a fastball low.
Not exactly the first impression you want to make. Well, walk on 4 pitches, but think back to last inning, Thornberry had Walt Vogel down 0-2. Then the runner at first, Jake Brewer, got picked off. So, bit of a tale of 2 plate appearances. You face 2 different pitchers, you get exact opposite result. Now Galino might want to use that curveball here, get a rollover double play.
Ramirez, the third baseman, had that RBI single that played to the first 2 runs of the game for San Francisco. He takes a curveball at the knees. It's a good call there, Harry.
Had a feeling might go back to the well here too. Double up on it. Why not? Try and get him out front. Roll over something slowly.
It would make a lot of sense defensively. Galino, the 0-1 out of the stretch. Curveball hit on line right to Woodson. Right-hander moves over to the glove side and then kind of buckles the knees, squats down to make the catch.
And he did double up on it, but that one, Ramirez a little bit more on it. Still, right to the defense. You can trust that pitch.
1 out, 1 on for George Schmidt. Flew out to left field in his first at-bat as a Seagull. Walt Vogel at first with good speed. Galino doesn't bother checking on him. First pitch home to Schmidt, a fastball high. Wind really picking up this last half inning. It's blowing in from center field towards right field, slightly towards home plate as well. So we're feeling the effects of it over here behind home plate. 1-0 from Galino. Drops a curveball at the knees, strike 1.
It's a hammer of a curveball too, because he throws it hard. And when you're a 2-pitch guy, fastball, curveball like that, you kind of got to, right? Kind of have to have that extra little snap, make it look like the 4-seam, but instead it's just spinning the opposite direction, even though it kind of looks the same.
1-1, another curve dropped into the zone. 1-2 to Schmidt.
It's high efficiency topspin versus high efficiency backspin on the same axis, just going the other way.
Galino resets at the chest. 1-2 out of the stretch. Schmidt takes a curveball outside this time. 2 balls and 2 strikes as Miles Tencher, another right-hander from California. The Golden Bear warming up. Looks like could be back-to-back Golden Bears for Walnut Creek to relieve Thornberry. 2-2 to Schmidt. Another Golden Bear rips a base hit right side of the infield in between second and first. How about a 2-strike base hit and now 2 runners aboard. Seagulls threatening to take back the lead. 1 out, top of the 4th.
And he's clearly sitting on the fastball, spat on a couple tough curveballs, also a couple that were right in the zone, and you can't fault him for it. First hit at the collegiate level for George Schmidt. Congrats on that.
And against a guy that's going to be his future teammate when they both return.
Yeah.
Or both head to Berkeley this fall.
That's fun.
That it is. Lopez, the DH, stands in. First pitch from Galino, a curveball that bounces in the dirt.
I'll tell you what isn't in the Bay Area is about every single team other than 2 in the ACC.
Yes, I would agree with that.
So they're going to be logging some miles together next year.
Oh yeah, lots of flight time. 1-0 from Galino. Bit of a high kick this time. Misses the fastball low. 2-0 to Lopez. Committed to Utah Tech this summer after a pair of seasons at the College of San Mateo. Walt Vogel at second, Schmidt at first. 1 out, top of the 4th. 2-0 to Lopez. Breaking ball, wave, and a miss. Galino has worked with base runners before in his previous 2 appearances of league play. He's been able to get out of the jams that he's worked himself into. RBI chance, though, for Lopez. 2-1. Curveball misses inside. Hitter friendly to the Seagull designated hitter.
And now 3-1, a guy just 2 pitches, curveball, fastball. You kind of know the fastball's coming here, so you got to tune up ready for it. See if Galeno kind of wants to work off that, go reverse psychology and bring the curveball 3-1.
Right-handers 3-1 offering. Spiked a fastball in the left-handed batter's box. Ball 4. And now the bases are loaded for the Seagulls. 1 out for Swanson, the first baseman.
I think he did actually try to go to the curveball, just over the top, totally spiked it. Couldn't tell if, fastball or curveball, but
nonetheless, not the result he wanted.
Not quite, not quite.
Warrants a battery meeting between Galeno and Longacre. Swanson up for the second time today, grounded out to third. Diving effort from Kevin Parker Jr. at the hot corner was masterful. Picked it out of the dirt on the dive, stood up, then fired across the diamond. Got the job done. Galeno, the base is loaded. First pitch, curveball sits at the knees.
That's a nice one. Kind of the backup curveball where it doesn't quite get the snap that you want towards the glove side, but then again, it kind of creates a very tough pitch to hit for righties because it spins and breaks not how you're expecting.
0-1 to Swanson. Another curveball lifted in the air to center field. Perez charging in, now over to his right, makes the catch, and all the runners are going to hold. He was only 10 feet from the infield.
What a running play, though. He was really off balance after making the catch. Might have been worth it to try and test him at third. Walt Vogel thought about it for a sec, but Perez just so gifted out there in the outfield. I mean, he can track down just about anything.
And he's done really well in center field despite playing only in left field this spring for Baylor. Anyway, lefty at the dish for San Francisco. 2 down, bases loaded. And the catcher, Marcus Graham, a chance to at least tie the game, if not take the lead. Graham 0 for 1, grounded out back to Thornberry in the second. Galeno first pitch. Curveball misses the outer third. Graham, the rising graduate at Missouri Baptist, originally from Berwick in Australia. Staying in the States to play some summer ball. (1-0) from Galeno. Curveball misses away. Soft contact has been Galeno's best friend in this inning. But also a pair of walks and a single for the Seagull offense. Hurtado at the top of the order on deck. 2-0 to Graham. Fastball at the knees. Pardon me, at the shoes. It's a ball.
Now 3-0. Got to get it over here. Can't walk in a run. If I'm Marcus Graham, I might think about swinging away. Only if it's perfect, of course, but Galeno really has to dig in here.
3-0 selection from the righty. Curveball that sits on the outer third.
And I'd say for Marcus Graham, that's definitely not the pitch you're looking for, 3-0 with the bases loaded. So good on him for taking the curveball.
Still hitter friendly to Graham. 3-1. Galeno misses a curveball outside. And the Seagulls walk in the tying run. We're tied at 3, folks. Top of the fourth, 2 outs. Lineup flips over.
And just as big as the walk was in the bottom of the third for Drew Longacre in the 9 spot, that got the rally started for the Crawdads with 2 outs. There you go, 9-hitter for San Francisco. Does the same, works a walk and brings in the tying run, but now the threat remains with the top of the order coming up.
And manager Brent Cummings trots out of the Crawdad dugout. He'll call to the pen. Trey Galeno's out. Miles Tencher comes in. We'll take a break and return for the top of the fourth. Still the top of the fourth. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The Seagulls walked in. A runner with the bases loaded. Marcus Graham got that done, credited with the RBI. San Francisco still trying to take the lead back. But Walnut Creek, they relieved Trey Galeno with his teammate at Cal, Miles Tenscher. Sidearm delivering right-hander. Rising redshirt sophomore, Tenscher is. This will be his 7th appearance for Walnut Creek. Tenscher's 2-1, a 4.76 ERA in 5 2/3 innings pitched. 9 walks, 10 strikeouts, 3 earned runs on the season. He's kind of in a similar vein, Harry, that stuff is kind of wild. If he's locating for strikes, he's nasty. But the question is, can he locate?
Well, I do think San Francisco should take a look at the blueprint that PBG provided last time out. He gave up 3 walks in an inning, and that being said, the walks came on earlier in the inning, so the bases weren't loaded, but now inherits a bases-loaded scenario. If I'm San Francisco and I see that disgusting 20-plus inch breaking sweeper, I think you just have to spit on it here. If you're Armando Hurtado, try and leave it outside the zone for a ball, because Tenscher wants you to chase it.
First pitch from Tenscher, a sweeper that Longacre leaps off his feet and snags.
Wow. Saves
Saves a passed ball.
I mean, that makes it a little easier to take when it's all the way out there, but if you see it coming over the middle of the zone, if you're a hitter, you have to understand it's going to break out. It's so hard to lay off because it is such a nasty pitch. So we'll see which side of the battle, or which side can win the battle.
1-0 from Tenscher. Sweeper misses outside.
And I think in the same vein, Tenscher kind of has to rely on the sinker here a bit. Try and challenge him, get it middle in, maybe try and just get some weak contact somewhere on the infield. They're popped up.
Hurtado up 2-0. He's 0 for 2, a ground out and a fly out. Tenscher, 2-pitch guy, sinker, sweeper. 2-0. Chooses the sweeper again, and it misses low. 3-0 count. Hurtado likely to hold the bat and try to walk in another run and take the lead for the Seagulls. Graham at first, Lopez at second, and Schmidt at third. 3-0 from Tenscher. Sinker outside. A 4-pitch walk, and the Seagulls now lead 4-3 on the RBI from Hurtado.
And exactly what I was saying, just you can lay off of it. He's a guy who's going to challenge you to swing out of the zone because the sweeper is so good. I'm trying to be so complimentary of this pitch because it's incredible, but just a tough situation if you're Tenscher to be put in with the bases loaded. When the other side understands, they can kind of just lay off of it if they see the spin.
Bases remain loaded. Now Wall from the left side. First pitch, a sweeper inside. Wall 1 for 2, doubled in the first, grounded out to second in the third. RBI chance for him. Tenscher kicks and delivers the 1-0. Locates a sweeper on the outer third. 1-1 to Tanner Wall. Crawdads pulled Weston Thornberry after 3 innings. And since the 2 pitchers, Galeno and Tenscher, have given up the Crawdad lead. There's a wave and a miss on the sweeper. 1-2, bases loaded. 2 outs, top of the fourth. Graham and Hurtado walked in runs. So now the Crawdad offense will have to go back to work. But first, Tenscher has to get out of this jam. 1-2 to Wall. Sweeper in the dirt. 2-2.
No interest to swing from the Seagulls so far. Is kind of the approach again, kind of what you expect. Take 2 strikes. Make Tenscher come to you.
Right-hander reset, takes his time. Brings in the 2-2. Sweeper gets past Longacre. Tenscher covering the bag, the throw home, not in time. Lopez able to score on the wild pitch, 5-3. San Francisco still leads. And Harry, I believe 5 runs is the most that San Francisco has scored against Walnut Creek in any of the 5 contests now between the two teams in 2026.
Sure is, yeah. It's far from over, too. They can add on here.
Payoff with a 2 RBI chance. Wall checks his swing. Sweeper called strike 3 at the knees, and Wall is in disbelief.
That was a very late call from the whole plate out. That was, I mean, a couple of beats. Look, he was giving him the walk, but hey, Tencher will take it. Offense now just got to back up.
Now, Mark Cavilla, the manager for San Francisco, going to have a chat with the home plate umpire. Chat's over. Explanation is there. We'll take a break. To the bottom of the 4th we go. Bottom of the 4th. In the bottom of the 3rd, Walnut Creek added 3 runs on 3 hits. Then top of the 4th, the Seagulls responded. 3 runs on 1 hit and 3 walks. Now the Crawdads back in a deficit setting. Loudon Hilliard still on the mound for the Seagulls. He's just given up 3 hits and those 3 runs, and had a pair of 1, 2, 3 innings. Last time in the 4th inning between these two teams, Walnut Creek last Friday, 8 runs on 7 hits, 2 homers, a double as well, left nobody on. So they are seeking some more of that 4th inning magic here, trailing by 2.
Yeah, hoping to reach for it again. See if Cam Taylor starts it off, looking for his first hit of the summer.
Taylor, Ramos, and Perez. First 3 with a chance to do something. Taylor whacks one into right field, well foul. Good contact, just pulled it.
That was almost it.
It's a guy that's been itching for his first homer of the season, and we know he's got the pop. Shakes his head as he steps back into the box. He knew it was just too early.
Yeah, a guy who enjoys hunting out in Georgia, hunting his pitch, and he got it almost on that first one.
Hilliard up 0-1. Now the delivery, a breaking ball inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Taylor. Rising redshirt senior at Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College, where he spent the spring and absolutely tore it up in 38 games. OPS over 1,000, 377 hitter, 43 ribbies. Hilliard, 1-1. Breaking ball knee high, strike 2. Taylor has been aboard twice in 2 games for Walnut Creek. One on a walk, the other via a hit by pitch. But both came against the Philippines baseball group on Sunday. Went 0 for 4 yesterday in his first start at the DH. 1-2, wave and a miss. Pass ball gets away from Graham. Taylor legging it out over to first. The throw, not in time. Dropped 3rd strike, but Taylor's safe at first.
Don't see that every day. We talked about his speed out of the right-hand batter's box for a guy who he fills out his stature, but he can move it and get helped by Graham, the catcher, not really knowing where that one went, so he'll take it. That's certainly one of the ways to get a rally started. Though it does go down as the 4th strikeout of the day for Hilliard.
Leadoff base runner aboard in the bottom of the 4th for Walnut Creek. Now it's Ramos at the dish. Takes a breaking ball knee high for a strike. Ramos, hard line drive to center field. Well, it was robbed of a hit. That ended the 2nd inning, 1-2-3. Went 2 for 3 last night, player of the game. Just a guy that puts the ball in play. Hilliard's 0-1. Taylor goes. Ball gets away from Graham. Just picks it back from the backstop, and they won't even bother to throw. Question is, are they going to give Taylor the steal or the wild pitch advance?
I'm waiting too. That'd be number 50.
Indeed, it would be. Nonetheless, it's a ball at the dish to Ramos.
Yeah, I don't know. That one's going to be close, I think. He probably would have gotten it.
They will give him.
Well, that was the last at bat. Hold on.
One to Ramos. Breaking ball outside. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Stolen base?
Stolen base, there it is. Number 50 on the season for Walnut Creek. And Cam Taylor picks up his first of the season. RBI chance now for Ramos. 2-1 from Hilliard. Fastball outer third. Called strike number 2. Perez on deck. Had a sharp fly out to left field his last time up. Ramos yesterday committed to Cal State Bakersfield in his first game as a committed Roadrunner. 1 player of the game for Walnut Creek. Looking to continue the momentum. 2-2. Sharp ground ball to short. Brewer collects, fires across the diamond into the dirt, but Ramos beats it out. Infield single. And Cam Taylor over to third.
Oh, wow, that one real close. Taylor bluffed to go at second too, so kind of at Jake Brewer, the shortstop, on his back foot a bit. It was a bit of a slow reaction from him, and then a spike throw about, 6 feet in front of first. It's a tough play to make the stretch over there. So just like that, Crawdads in business after some wacky plays. The strikeout, wild pitch, advance to first for Taylor. Steals second, and an infield hit by Ramos. And it's the type of way that they get the Crawdads get momentum going and keep it going.
Perez will try to do the same, keep the momentum going. No one out, runners on the corners, bottom of the 4th. First pitch, hit high into center field. Ramos was trying to steal, now in the air. He's camping out, he'll have to retreat. Fly out to Hurtado. Cam Taylor tags from third and is into home in time. Sac fly for Perez. Crawdads get 1 back, now the deficit just 1.
And Hurtado took that one from Schmidt. Schmidt kind of had it was closer to Schmidt, but the angle for Hurtado to make a throw home, a strong throw home like that, he was kind of more behind it, so he gave way and made an excellent throw to the plate. That one almost had Taylor, though a little bit offline. Probably was maybe a half step in time, so needed it to really be perfect. So either way, a good run to get back for the Crawdads. And again, you have to remember, a strikeout in this inning, though, only 1 out.
1 out, Ramos at first. Here's Aldridge from the left side. Hilliard kicks and delivers. Breaking ball at Aldridge's knees. Strike number 1. The Crawdad right fielder grounded up the middle back to the pitcher Hilliard in the 3rd inning. Was retired at first on the putout. But despite there being 2 outs, the next 4 guys, reached base for Walnut Creek in the 3rd. Longacre walked on a full count pitch. Then Woodson, Pulasic, and Parker Jr. singled, the latter 2 driving in runs. 0-1 to Aldridge. Ramos goes, ball in the dirt, the throw to second. Not in time. 2 steals in this inning for Walnut Creek, 51 total on the season. And Elijah Ramos picks up his 4th.
And I don't know if we could get I don't even know if we can get the information on this, but they have not been thrown out in a long time. It's been a lot of stolen bases in a row. I mean, they've only been caught 5 times regardless, so 51 for 56. Haven't been caught all that much, but that's now a big, long streak of stolen bases successful.
That it is. Ramos dancing at second, now a pick back over there. Hilliard kind of a lazy spin back throw. Gave Ramos a lot of time. RBI chance now for Aldridge. He's got 6 of them already this season in 14 games. One to the lefty. Off speed, outer third. Strike two. Aldridge, the Hayward native, has not struck out in his last 21 plate appearances. Make that 22 now, including his first one today. Ramos dancing at second again. 1-2 home. Breaking ball fouled away.
Crawdads have not been caught stealing since June 17th. That was at Menlo Park. They were 1 for 1, or 1 for 2 that day. Since then, now 27 consecutive since that game have been successful.
Wow. Dominance on the base paths.
Depends on whether they were caught on the first or second stolen base attempt in that game. So it could be one more added. Hang on. Stay tuned.
While you do the math, Harry, Hilliard gets ready at the belt. Trying to put away Aldridge. 1-2 again. Fastball, high chopper over to third. Ramos backpedaling, makes the grab. The throw across the diamond. In time, late call from the umpire. Aldridge almost legged it out. Ramos remains at second, though, so 2 down. RBI chance for Longacre at the bottom of the Walnut Creek order.
So yeah, it was in fact the first stolen base attempt against the Legends that day was unsuccessful. So 28 consecutive successful stolen base attempts for the Crawdads. I mean, that's unbelievable.
Absolutely. Pure dominance on the paths. Longacre walked on a full count in the third. Started off a 2-out rally in which Walnut Creek took the lead. At this very juncture, RBI chance with them. 1 on, 2 outs. Crawdads trail 1. First pitch from Hilliard, wave and a miss. Longacre was out in front of the slider.
Ooh, that's a great one. That just disappears. Looks like a fastball. You commit to it, and you see the spin halfway through your swing, and whoops, that's a slider. No matter, just a long way to go in the at-bat.
Hilliard turns and delivers the 0-1. Ramos goes. Called a strike at the dish. The throw over to third, not in time. 2 steals for Elijah Ramos. 29 straight for Walnut Creek, their third of the day. And they're up to 52 on the season.
I'll say yesterday was the first time since June 11th that they did not have a single stolen base. Those 8 straight games with at least one. That's 9 straight, excuse me. So back on, starting a new streak today.
Tying run 90 feet closer, but it's an 0-2 hole for Longacre. Hilliard, the 0-2 pitch. Fastball hit deep into left field. Hurtado going back towards the track, and it lands. Extra bases. Ramos will score. Drew Longacre into second base standing. RBI double ties the game. And the rising redshirt freshman at Fair Oaks, his first extra base hit as a Crawdad.
That's one of the best 0-2 swings I've ever seen. I mean, just gets a challenge. Fastball middle in and blasts it off the wall. Once again, Drew Longacre, a heck of a swing in the 9th spot, a heck of an at-bat. Last time did it via the walk and scored a run, but his 2 out at-bats have been certainly outstanding. And 2 strikes both times, too.
He's been having a great day.
That's a guy who hasn't played a game of college ball.
Has appeared, but only a couple of at-bats at Jessup.
Or excuse me, not a full season, I should say.
Top of the order, Woodson, RBI chance. First pitch, a slider well outside.
Thanks for the correction.
No problem, Harry. 5-5 game. 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. Woodson, a chance to break the tie. Longacre at second. And TJ is 1 for 1, a single and a walk. Hilliard kicks and delivers. Fastball high. 2 balls and no strikes to TJ Woodson. With the single in the third, extended his hitting streak to 6 straight games. Now looking for a chance to add his 4th multi-hit game. Hilliard taking his time. That's what he's done all game long. A little bit quicker in this inning. Right-hander ready to go. 2-0 pitch. Woodson takes a breaking ball at his knees.
And that's one as a hitter you're willing to let go. 2-0. Nicely thrown front door slider. Not the pitch you're looking for in a 2-0 count, which is typically a fastball count.
Hilliard peers back in, has the call from Graham. Hasn't looked at Longacre at second. Brings the 2-1 home. Fastball up and outside. 3-1 to Woodson. Daniel Pulasic on deck for Walnut Creek, another guy who's 1 for 2, an RBI single in the third that tied the game up. Pardon me, brought it within 1 run. Back at a 5-5 tie. Wind blowing in from center field, 3-1 to Woodson. Slider inner third, full count.
And he's throwing that slider when he's behind in the count. Might be the pitch he has the most trust in to steal a strike right now. Hilliard not doing a lot of work. He's deep into this ball game.
Benjamin Juiced up and warming now for the Seagulls in their bullpen. This is Hilliard's inning, it would seem. Payoff to Woodson. Breaking ball at the knees, called strike 3. Woodson was jogging over to first. He thought it was ball 4. Instead, he's retired for the first time today. We'll take a break. Top of the 5th we go, tied at 5 right after this. Tied at 5. It's the top of the 5th. Crawdads got 2 back after the Seagulls got 3 anyways. Miles Tenscher comes back into the ball game. Got the last out in the top of the 4th. He relieves Weston Thornberry, who went 3 innings, 1 strikeout, 2 earned runs on 3 hits and a walk. And then Trey Galino after him, 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 1 run, 3 walks. Tenscher facing the heart of the Seagull order, 3, 4, and 5. Brewer, Waldvogel, and Ramirez, all guys who have each been aboard at least once. But all 3 righties in favor of Tenscher as the sidearm right-hander.
Yeah, this is where he dominates against the righties at sweeper.
Typically only a 1-inning guy. First pitch to Brewer. Sweeper inside. Deflects off of Brewer's leg. First pitch, a hit batter, pardon me. And a no-out base runner for the Seagulls. Starts the inning off. Second time in a row where there's a guy on board with no one out.
Both times free passes, too. Last inning a walk, this time hit by pitch. Talked about limiting the walks in the open being one of the keys of the game. Crawdads pitching has not so far.
That we did. 4 walks, 1 hit by pitch. First offering to Brewer. Sweeper, outer third, strike number 1. Pardon me, to Waldvogel. He walked to lead off the 4th, also struck out swinging in the 1st. Tenscher, the 0-1. Sweeper hit on a 1-hop over to Woodson at short. On to second, Ramos turns it around, double play, 6-4-3. And Miles Tenscher has turned a lot of those in timely moments while he's been on the mound.
Well, and that's not your average double play either. That one was smoked on 1-hop to Woodson. Handled it well. Sometimes the hard hit ones are the ones that are sort of the easiest to turn because you have the most time on the turn to first. The guy probably far down the line than you would be if it's slowly hit, needing to make a tough play on the infield. So Woodson handled it beautifully.
Indeed, he did. He's looked very smooth at short. 2 outs, no one on for Ramirez, the third baseman. Tencher's first pitch, a sweeper high. Ramirez scored the first 2 runs of the game for the Seagulls. 2 RBI single in the first. Lined out to Woodson in the fourth. 1-0 to him. Sweeper gets past Longacre. 2 balls and no strikes. Seagulls 5 runs on 4 hits, 3 walks. Crawdads 5 runs on 5 hits. 2-0 from Tencher. Sinker finds the heart of the zone. Ramirez, San Jose State guy, native of Santa Clara, keeping all of his baseball at-bats at home, both collegiately and in the summer. Tencher, the 2-1. Wave and a miss, sweeper down low.
Yeah, South Bay guy, tried and true.
Love to see the locals stay home to play their baseball.
Yeah, San Jose, Santa Clara, San Bruno.
Bay Area just so talent-rich for baseball. That's why the CCL North is a very competitive division. 2-2 from Tencher. Check swing. The sweeper outside. And they'll say home plate umpire won't even bother appealing to third. He says it's called strike 3. We'll take a break. To the bottom of the 5th we go, and Harry Setrakian taking over on play-by-play. We'll be having that right after this.
No runs for San Francisco in the top of the 5th, though, after a successful 4th inning that tied it up for the Crawdads after giving up 3 in the 4th. 2 runs came in. It's a bit more magic in the 4th as they had last time against the Seagulls. It was a bit more extreme. 8 runs was the tally last time these two met in the 4th inning, but Crawdads, it was a big 2 runs to get back and tie it after giving up the lead for the second time, or giving up the lead for the first time, but being behind for the second time this game. So we're now tied up. Crawdads with the momentum on their side a little bit now, trying to break this tie with Daniel Pulasic, Kevin Parker Jr., and Sutter Moss, the 2-3-4 hitters, ready to get it going. Pulasic, who drove in one of those runs, was in the 3rd actually, one of the 3 runs scored in the 3rd, drove in one and scored one himself. So a 1-for-2 day for the left-handed hitting left fielder. It's still Loudon Hilliard out there for the Seagulls, who's been doing some excellent work. 66 pitches. Thought maybe that would have been his last inning as he loses a breaking ball outside. First pitch to Pulasic's a ball.
But honestly, I like manager Mark Cavili keeping him out for the Seagulls. He's been really effective. I mean, 5 runs on 5 hits. You'll take that, especially for a Seagulls pitching staff that has struggled for the majority of the season. You just need guys to eat innings so you don't overtax your bullpen. That's been the main problem for San Francisco.
It's a team that's given up the tied for 4th most walks in the CCL, has the 4th worst ERA, and has given up the most home runs. It's, however, looked pretty solid today. Just been Loudon Hilliard. 1-0 though. Fastball up and away to Pulasic, goes to 2 balls, no strikes. Haven't seen the home run ball yet take the Seagulls victim. And it kind of comes, the ballpark they play in kind of comes with a high home run tally, you'd have to think. So that sort of explains why they lead the CCL in home runs allowed. Another fastball way up and away. Pulaski 3-0, probably not going to swing here. With a righty working out in the left field bullpen, kind of a similar look as Miles Tencher. A low sidearm release.
Yeah, that's Benjamin Juice,
Yeah,
number
Juice.
13.
A couple of times he's faced the Crawdads already this year.
That he has.
3 balls, no strikes. We'll see if a walk here leads to Mark Caviglia pulling the starter Loudon Hilliard. He takes his time into his long windup, and he'll deliver a strike, a fastball, right there to Pulaski.
Yeah, really painted the outer third there. It's just a fantastic pitch location. He's been very commanding in all parts of the zone. Crawdad hitters have really not worked a ton of long at-bats.
So 3 balls, 1 strike. Pulaski still way ahead. Marcus Graham, catcher, with a wide stance behind the plate, awaits the pitch from Hilliard, and it's up at the head of Pulaski. He'll take ball 4. He's on for the 2nd time today.
Very disciplined approach from Pulaski. Knew that Hilliard has been faltering in the last inning or so with that command. So takes advantage, waits for him to throw a strike. He does, and even still, 3-1, doesn't give himself the green light.
Back-to-back innings in which the Crawdads have gotten the leadoff man on, and last inning it was by way of a drop third strikeout that got away from the catcher Graham, and Cam Taylor sauntered over to first in time. And that sparked a rally, really did. Gave the Crawdads an extra out to work with, essentially. Now a 5-pitch walk to Pulaski has him in business for KPJ. 1 for 2 today. He drove in 2 with a single in the 3rd. There goes Pulaski. Pitches right there. And Pulaski is going to have no contest at 2nd. In easily.
Yeah, 4th stolen bag of the day. You had to know it was coming at this point. The Crawdads are just going to send guys every chance they get when there's runners at first.
So 1 strike count to KPJ after the pitch. Split the middle, was taken all the way. He saw the excellent jump that Daniel Pulaski had. I thought, why ruin good friend Daniel's 2nd stolen base of the year? Now run scoring opportunity for Parker. Next pitch, he rifles back. Foul ball goes 0-2. It's Pulaski's 2nd stolen base today, so that's his 3rd overall in the season, not just his 2nd. He's 3 for 3 and extends the Crawdads' successful stolen base streak.
I think Parker's
Yeah,
used
Parker,
either grabbing
yeah,
new batting gloves or a new bat.
Might have broken in enough. Didn't sound
Didn't sound like a broken bat. No,
bad or
but-
anything. Maybe getting
Yeah, just a new glove.
glove. Is that Dylan Perez's glove?
It could be.
It's got the Baylor green and yellow.
No, it's
Yeah.
black and orange.
Yeah, it's a little darker green or black, yeah. But anyway, still holding an 0-2 count. Daniel Pulaski with speed on 2nd. Nobody
Very much
out.
so.
5-5 tie in the bottom of the 5th. Loudon Hilliard from the stretch. Watches Pulaski bounce around a bit, then comes home. Slider just off the outside. Parker takes. Wisely.
Thought about it. Yeah,
he did.
he saw the slider late break and was like, oh, hold on, and held the bat. Otherwise, probably would have swung if he didn't recognize it.
Parker. Waits the 1-2. Here it comes. Goes after that slider in the same spot, but this time swings through it for the 6th strikeout of the day for Loudon Hilliard. And an unsuccessful at-bat for the smoking hot infielder right now.
Yeah, I mean, just a filthy slider from Hilliard. Knew he was going to get a bite after the one on the outer third was just barely held off. Go back to the well. Why not? And it worked.
Sutter Moss has struck out twice today, once looking, once swinging in the 2nd and 3rd. Stands in a run-scoring chance with 1 down. Loudon Hilliard has had his number, and he's done it with that pitch. The slider, though, that there dips below the zone. So Moss hunting the fastball of Hilliard, not getting it a whole lot. Probably wise by the San Francisco starter. Rising sophomore at Morehead State. From the stretch. Delivers a slider outside, so staying put on that pitch. But now you enter a 2-0 count against a guy who can untie this game with one swing and really make it a 2-run game as well. Wind is pretty calm out today, blowing a little bit from left to right. 2 balls, no strikes. The lefty Moss stands tall in the left-hand batter's box and takes a strike.
It's a pitcher's pitch. You don't really want to swing at that as a hitter. Inside fastball, it's able to notch off one of the corners, as a hitter, especially if you're Moss right there. It's not good contact, so no bother swinging, wait for a better pitch.
Yeah, and showed him the 2 outside sliders before that as well. So firing a fastball in, the exact opposite. Now 2-1, see what Hilliard goes with. As the shortstop Brewer dancing behind Pulasic at second. Another fastball, this one at the bottom of the zone gets Moss to chase. Could have been a changeup too, might have taken something off.
Yeah, it kind of feels like the bottom fell out of that pitch a little bit. Moss knew he liked it at the knees, took a big hack, but I think the ball dropped even further than he was expecting.
So now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Crawdads in danger of having back-to-back strikeouts with the runner in scoring position to begin the inning. It's Pulasic out there. He's walked and stole second. A lot of looks back to Moss. Loudon Hilliard now will come home with the pitch, and it's a slider in the dirt. Full count to Moss. He's trying to, again, avoid the hat trick. 2 strikeouts in back-to-back innings. His first 2 times up. Only Crawdad. One of 2 Crawdads with Cam Taylor to strike out twice. The only Crawdad to strike out twice and be recorded out twice. Cam Taylor on deck, reached first via the drop third wild pitch. Now full count, payoff pitch. Hilliard, another long pause. We'll spin back to second. Pulasic dives in, safe. Jake Brewer, the tag made late.
Throw was in time, just offline. Brewer had to go to the other side of the bag instead of towards the third side.
What a shot.
Yeah, it gave Pulasic another half second to get back and be safe.
So we await the payoff pitch. As Hilliard readies at the belt. He'll lift the front leg and fire. Moss chopped to second, high hop to Wall, and he'll lob it on to first for the out, but it does get the runner over to third. But now with 2 down, Cam Taylor going to need to find some grass in the outfield for a base hit.
And yeah, he just needs a base hit. Doesn't need to try to muscle anything out of here. Although wind blowing as it is right now could be favorable pull side for a lefty. But if you're Cam Taylor on this approach, you can't even think about trying to hit one out. You just got to make good contact, level playing or level bat path. Just hit a line drive into one of the gaps.
Hit a long foul ball to begin his at bat. His last time up ended up again in the drop third strikeout. He reached first and it came around to score. If you can replicate that foul ball swing, just get it a little straighter. Could be big. First pitch, a fastball in, right off the front hip, taken for a ball. Pitcher's really liking to work him in. First pitch he saw all season long, it drilled him. And the next at bat, or next plate appearance, I should say more accurately, is a lot of pitches just uncompetitive, took it easily for a walk, and now 0 for 6 on the season. Though he has been on base 3 separate times. 1-0. Another pitch inside, kind of bends out of the way.
Well, the scouting report on Taylor is if you get it into the wheelhouse on the middle or the outer third, he's going to clobber it. He's got so much power in that swing, so you kind of have to throw him inside and try to get him to bite and roll over weakly. But he's so disciplined, that's hard to do.
Couple of minutes from 6 p.m. local time. Here in the West Coast, halfway through this one. Bottom 5th, we're tied at 5 apiece. The go-ahead run perhaps 90 feet away. 2-0 to Bam Bam. And it's 3-0, slider outside.
Really good eye, saw it the whole way through and just let it track to the outer part of the plate.
So 3 balls, no strikes as Elijah Ramos awaits on deck, looking for a 2-out at bat, 2-out plate appearance. He's got a base hit and a run scored today. Taylor way ahead. A long pause by Hilliard. And a slider steals a strike. Taylor thought it was down, but it was kind of right at the knees.
Yeah, really good pitch from Hilliard. Well located. You know he's probably taking 3-0, so get a free pitch there. Might as well go with the slider, keep him off balance, and maybe set up a heater here.
3 balls, 1 strike. Taylor still way ahead, and Benjamin Just has stopped throwing down and left. He's ready and waiting if needed to come in. Might come in to face the righty Ramos on deck. It's tough at bat facing him as a righty, so Hilliard could be the last pitch he throws. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Trying to pitch another 0 after back-to-back innings with a run scored, and there's a big swing and a miss by Cam Taylor. Goes to 3-2.
Yeah, that's the pitch he wanted, outside, off-speed pitch. It's where he knows he can demolish one pull side. Just kind of swung out of his shoes, eyes got big, saw the changeup. Now he's got to protect.
So back-to-back batters seeing a full count. 3-2 with Pulasic still waiting out on third. He got on to start the inning. Payoff pitch from Hilliard. Here it comes. Outside corner, breaking ball. Called strike 3. The 7th strikeout of the day for Hilliard. The 4th strikeout victim that has been caught looking, in the 3rd strikeout for Cam Taylor. So the Crawdads can't get the leadoff runner around to score, though they do get him to 3rd. But 5 innings come and gone. Hilliard holds him to 5. 5-5. We'll be back. Van Tasken's on for just the 3rd time this summer. It's been a long while since he's been out on the mound, but what he's done so far in 3 1/3, 3 strikeouts, no walks, and a 10.80 ERA, so higher than, of course, where he desire it, but whip is under 2, and the FIP is down at 2.91. So again, the strikeout numbers looking solid through 3 innings and not allowing homers. Maybe not getting as much help behind him in the defensive category, why there's such a difference between that ERA and the fielding independent pitching number, but still kind of discovering what Van Tasken will have to offer. Again, only 3 1/3. It's a bit too early to call for him.
Yeah, and he threw 74 innings at Delta College this spring, so kind of not surprising the Crawdads are taking it slow with him, just going inning by inning.
He'll face the 6, 7, and 8 batters of this Seagull order, which begins with George Schmidt, who takes a strike. Schmidt had a hit his last time, and it came a run score in the 4th. Biggest inning for the Seagulls so far. They brought home 3. 0-1 pitch. Floats in for a strike, goes to 0-2. Schmidt takes that one right there.
Yeah, really nice slider from Haskins. Just kind of front doors it, able to locate for a strike.
First game of the summer for George Schmidt. And he'll take strike 3 right there. Very matter-of-fact first batter face for Van Tasken.
Really well located, just goes painting the outer third against the left-hander. Strike zone a touch expanded, so I don't think Schmidt was entirely expecting both of those to be called strikes, but the plate has been what it's been, so you got to protect.
Now the designated hitter, Ethan Lopez, stands in. Walked and scored on a wild pitch. And watches a breaking ball for a strike. Nice slider on the front door from Vance Haskins.
He looks really good. The slider's moving, the fastball is live, and he's locating for strikes.
Yeah, 4 strikes to begin his outing. Now an 0-1 is fouled off to the right, so 5 straight strikes to begin the outing for Vance Haskins. He's just past halfway to the immaculate inning. Though, they say the second half's always the hardest.
That it is.
For really anything. Another 0-2, back-to-back batters. Ethan Lopez waits. Swings and hits this one to right center field. That will fall between the center fielder Perez and the right fielder Aldridge. Take a big turn at first, but Perez cuts it off and gets it in quickly. So a base hit by Lopez going down 0-2. Nice piece of hitting the other way.
Perhaps you mentioning the chance at the immaculate inning.
Yeah.
Baseball gods are like, nope, not happening now. So Harry, sitting timeout for that. And actually, Harry, we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of the first immaculate inning in Crawdad history. Last year, Crawdads went to San Bruno on June 27th, and Braden Barnes closed out with an immaculate inning.
It's storybook stuff as Brandon Swanson, the first baseman, swings through the first pitch. They are hard to come by.
That they are.
Incredibly.
That's the first one I ever saw, and I had the very big fortune of being able to call it.
That's a fun one.
It was.
Check back at first. Not in time. I don't know if I've seen, I think I've seen one in person. I haven't yet called one in my life.
Oh, makes sense.
Maybe I haven't seen one in person. I don't really know. 0-1 to Swanson's popped high up, back into the left of Ramos where he's stationed at second, and he'll make the play. A couple of times Ramos has ranged over their glove side to make a catch.
They feel so routine for him. He's just so natural a fielder at second.
Yeah. He's got the total feel of it out there. Sunglasses to shade the sun, which is, I mean, still about an hour and a half away from setting. It's maybe even, no, about 2 hours, yeah.
Yeah, we're into the really long days of June.
I personally love it.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome.
Check back to first again. Swanson dives, so probably didn't have to. In without much of an attempt. 5 runs, 5 hits for either side. A clean played game so far. No errors. First offering to Graham is outside for a ball. Entering today, the Seagulls defense in charge of 46 errors. That's the most in the CCL.
Wow. By
a considerable margin. And as well as that, they managed 36 unearned runs before today. This one's hit hard to center. That'll drop right in front of Perez. It's down for a knock. So Lopez up to second. That one was hit right back where it came from, harder than it came in.
Yeah, just juiced right up the middle. Easy base hit. Fundamental baseball.
So 2 outs with 2 on. The top of the order flips over, and both teams, bottom of the order, has really done a good job of, especially the 9 hitters, literally the very bottom of the order, have done a great job of getting it back to the top with 2 outs, runners in scoring position, or at least getting on base. Now Armando Hurtado a chance to cash in. First pitch to him is pulled hard to left. Hooking a little bit, it will land foul. Got it off the end, so had that banana slice motion.
Yeah, if that's a fair ball, that's trouble. Gives the Seagulls the lead, no problem. So Haskins can kind of breathe a sigh of relief.
And that one was way far away from Daniel Pulasic. He was obviously not going to get there, and if it landed fair, would have brought home 2 runs. So regardless, it's a strike for Van Haskins, who works quickly from the stretch and fires a fastball that's fouled off. So 0-2. Hurtado did technically have an RBI in the 4th. Didn't have to bat it in at all. He took a 4-pitch walk.
And that was the run that gave San Francisco its 5th of the day. That's where they've remained for the last 2 innings now. about to be 2 innings should Haskins get away and get out of this one.
Hurtado in a bit of pain after that swing. Might have fouled it off his foot.
Yeah, it looks to be the case.
But both the home plate ump and Drew Longacre giving him some time, chatting with Vance Haskins out there. Home plate ump went to retrieve some new baseballs from the Crawdads dugout, or some foul balls, I should say. Noah Zirkle serving him those. But we resume. 0-2, 2 outs, 2 on, in a tied ball game here in the top of the 6th. Haskins trying to dance out of trouble. Fastball fouled away. Stays alive and continues this battle.
That's exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah, this would be a huge out to get for Vance Haskins. Again, top of the order. This is where you'd expect the runs to be produced, especially when it's set up for by the bottom like it has been. Another 0-2 from Haskins. Slider popped up off the end of the bat. Ramos is going to call it again behind first. Now Taylor calls him off towards the line and will snag it. So Taylor works back and strands 2 runners on Vance Haskins. A nice inning of work to keep it 5-5, bottom of the 6th. Here we go. Tie ball game. Bottom 6th inning, but after today's game, today's player of the game will be brought to you by the Worth Group Restaurants, a local collection of East Bay restaurants owned and operated by Rodney Worth. And this includes the Peasant and the Pear in Danville, the Bourbon Pear in Livermore, and the Golden Pear in Walnut Creek. Worth Group Restaurants, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Finally, after 5 innings, a move to the bullpen for Mark Caviglia and the Seagulls staff. After 5 innings of work for Loudon Hilliard, it's Benjamin Juston. Faced the Crawdads for the 2nd time this season. The side armor. There's the first pitch way up and in. Ramos has to take avoiding action for ball 1. He will face Elijah Ramos, the righty, and then 2 lefties, and Dylan Pettis and Shane Aldridge. Only 1 hit to go amongst the 3. There's a slow breaking ball taken for a strike by Ramos. It was Ramos who had the hit in the 4th inning. However, Dylan Pettis does have an RBI and a sac fly. 1 ball, 1 strike. In it comes, and Ramos pulls this one to left. It will hook foul. Had some decent juice on it. Would have gotten down for extra bases had it landed fair, but plenty foul.
Yeah, very much foul. Just Ramos a little bit too early on the breaking ball. But that's kind of what you're going to get from Benjamin Juice. He's more of a soft contact type of pitcher. 12 innings pitched, 13 hits, 8 strikeouts, 6 walks.
Yeah, 6 flat ERA and 12 innings pitched. Went 4 2/3 against the Crawdads on June 9th. And gave up 5 earned runs, 6 total. Next one, Ramos just inside. Another breaking ball searching for the front door. It's evened up at 2 apiece.
He actually pitched a couple days ago against the Legends, went an inning and 2/3 on June 23rd. So a little bit surprised that so quickly he's back in and throwing.
Another 2-2 to Ramos, rolls it over to third, and it kicks off of Ramirez's chest. That's an E5. That one really couldn't have been more routine out there. He even went down to a knee to try and keep it in front of him, but kicked away. So Ramos benefits from an error.
And Ramirez usually plays second base for San Francisco, a little bit out of position over there at third, and have to wonder if, just the inexperience playing third is the problem there.
It could be. A lot of these rosters are built up of guys who play short in college, so they kind of rotate them around. As Dylan Perez, the lefty, stands in, and it's just foul. Chopped one over the head of the first baseman, Swanson, but
I thought that had a chance of being a fair ball.
I thought it might have been, but right on it was the first base ump. So begins the count 0-1 to Perez, who was close to potentially driving in a run. I mean, Ramos, that one might have found its way into the corner.
Now, manager Brant Cummings having a chat with the umpire over there at first. I think he agrees that it was probably a fair ball. Looking for clarification here, I guess.
All you need is for the ball to bounce over the first base bag. It can land in foul territory as long as it was fair before first base. And bouncing over first, and it was pretty close.
Yeah, it looked like it might have bounced over first, but apparently not. So the count 0-1 now.
So 0-1 to Perez, who waits on a sweeper, hits it hard to second, though. This one kind of tailor-made, pops out of the glove of the second baseman, but able to will it on to second. Shortstop Brewer making the completion. So a fielder's choice is how it ends up, 4-6, and an out. So Perez just trades places with Ramos at first.
Yeah, unproductive out. Hard hit ground ball. I like the idea for Dylan Perez. Just not the right place you want to throw it to. Or hit it to, I should say. But he knows that.
So Shane Aldridge, the 8th place hitter, stands in and brings back a bunt for a ball. And wisely, it was up and in. Aldridge showed it early, so trying to get Perez over with one out. With his speed, I mean, even a sac bunt provides some danger of turning into a hit. So check over to Perez.
Yeah, he's just so speedy. Perhaps the fastest player on the Crawdads, even though the stolen base total doesn't quite reflect that. He moves so quickly. Just kind of a lanky frame at 6'1", 175 pounds.
1-0. There goes the runner. It's an off-speed pitch taken for a strike. Throw down to second is in time, and they got him. Brewer applying the tag. A strike down to second by Graham on one hop. So
ends the streak.
Yeah, I was going to say, Perez is caught stealing, and I think that was about to be 30 straight.
It would have been.
Stolen bases. That would have been number 30 in a row, but now it's time for the Crawdads to start a new streak. So that one kind of takes the wins out of the sails here. Now, 8th place hitter down with 2 outs. 1-1 to him. Fades away from the zone.
How about the throw from Graham there? I mean, he's had a couple of throws that have been late or offline, but that one just a dart right where Brewer needed it to be.
Nonetheless, Aldridge ahead 2-1. That one outside, 3-1. Aldridge way ahead, 3-1, trying to start a 2-out rally in a tie ball game, and a big swing on a front hip two-seamer. Comes up empty, 3-2. Full count as Drew Longacre awaits on deck. Three-two. Hit high and deep to right. Turned on well, but it will go well foul. That ball was destroyed by Shane Aldridge.
Just a bit too early, otherwise no doubter homer.
That's the kind of the tricky thing with the approach of the guy who kind of throws a very slow breaking ball and has lower velocity stuff just in general. And obviously it's a tough arm angle, so that makes up for it. But you can't have the approach to pull the ball. You'll end up way out in front of it just like that. So a 3-2 count, but a strikeout for Aldridge to end the inning after Perez was caught stealing. Nothing doing for the Crawdads against Benjamin Juiced. 5-5, we remain tied. Dylan Scott in the pitch, but before previewing him, take a look at what Miles Tencher did in an inning and a third of work. Didn't allow a single run or a single hit, but did give up 1 walk, had 2 strikeouts on 18 pitches. Since then, Vance Haskins also pitched a clean inning, giving up 2 hits and no runs. Now Dylan Scott, the lefty, on.
Scott, one of the premier left-handed arms in this Walnut Creek Crawdads bullpen, a guy that goes really long, has lots of life, or stamina, I should say, as a pitcher. 10 1/3 innings pitched, 1.74 ERA in 3 appearances, 2 of which were starts. He's been filthy.
His most recent outing was, in fact, a start.
Exactly a week ago.
And he was excellent. 4 1/3, 2 hits, no runs, 6 strikeouts. That was in the dramatic walk-off win against Alameda. As the first pitch to the lefty wall is taken for a strike.
Yeah, he was just so good against a potent Alameda Merchant order. Ultimately, the bullpen kind of blew the lead, and then the bats got it back with the walk-off.
Even at 1-1 now. And, yeah, that was a big start by him, too. I mean, the Merchants ended up lighting up the scoreboard later in the game, but obviously not off the start. The 1-1 is hit high to center, but Dylan Perez ranges over a few steps to his left for an out. So Dylan Scott induces the fly out to Dylan Perez. Tanner Wall down, so behind Wall, Jake Brewer and Derek Waldvogel, 2 righties that Scott's scheduled to face.
And really, it hasn't mattered too much for Scott facing guys with the opposite-handedness. As a left-handed pitcher, he just throws strikes. The slider and the changeup, as well as the four-seam, will work really well. Mostly is just going to go slider changeup, which he uses about evenly against righties and lefties.
First pitch to Jake Brewer is just off the inside, maybe a bit down as well for a ball. Back-to-back scoreless innings for both sides after an eventful fourth in which San Francisco put up 3, the Crawdads put up 2 to answer to tie it at 5 apiece. 2-seamer off the plate. Ball 2, 2-0. And since it was tied at 5s, zeros in the 5th and 6th. 2 balls, no strikes. Way inside. Brewer, 3 pretty easy takes to begin his plate appearance. He's been on twice. He's been on all 3 times, actually. He's walked, bunt single, and been hit by a pitch. Now up 3-0. Candidate to do any 3 of those. Once again, 3-0. Inside corner for a strike. Let's get back pitch by Scott.
Yeah, very well placed. Did exactly what he needed to do, get the strike. Now he's going to go hunting.
Three 3-1, shot foul.
How about that recovery? 3-0 in favor of Brewer. You work with 2 strikes, or work back with 2 strikes, and man, Dylan Scott's just such a competitive guy. Refuses to lose at anything when he has an opportunity to win.
Just challenged him that time more over the plate than the 3-0 pitch. Now has worked it back to a 3-2. Payoff coming. Oof, just off the outside. Drew Longacre is ready to throw that one around the diamond, but instead Jake Brewer gets on for the 4th time today. That one looked pretty good, but
yeah, well placed.
kind of 50-50 spot.
Would have been tough to get to for a right-hander, so I see why the call was made that way. Just a touch outside. But that's the spot where you want to go. Full count, try to get a wave and a miss.
So Derek Waldvogel in now with the runner on first. Same spot of ball 4 as ball 1, so there you go. It's a consistent call. Waldvogel has come on with Brewer on first. As a check over at him, he's back. Now, 3 separate times, there was not had much success getting him over. He struck out the first time. The second time, which was in the 3rd inning, Brewer got picked off at first. And Scott kind of goes a look back. This one's hit high and deep to right. Back to his left, Aldridge has got a track on it and makes a catch. So again, he fails to move the runner, Brewer, over. I was going to say in the 5th inning, his 3rd attempt, hit into a double play.
Yeah, he's been unsuccessful at making productive outs. Certainly something that he'll retreat to the dugout and think about for the next at-bat.
So Alan Ramirez now the last chance in the 7th inning, top half of the 7th for the Seagulls. Runner bluffs a go. Scott comes in with the first pitch. It's outside. One 0 from Scott, up and away, so another 2-0 count. Kind of the same spot to Ramirez, who's driven in 2 today. That was in the 1st inning. He drove in the first 2 of the game, was the only score until the bottom of the 3rd, where the Crawdads got 3 back. 2-0 pitch, outside corner, called a strike.
Very well located there from Dylan Scott. I knew he had to get something there, 2-0.
Really been working that outside corner, and they got rewarded for it. Pulled it in a bit more than those couple of pitches that were called a ball out there. Now 2-1. It's pulled foul on the ground. Past 3rd.
Another pitch where that's exactly what you want. Throw a strike, force the hitter to do something about it. You know that all your stuff is really good, and it's going to induce soft contact most of the time anyway. Now you go with a pitch to play with. 2-2 count. Kind of can go anywhere.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Brewer trying to get Scott to flinch, and he fouls it away, does Ramirez at the plate. Brewer has kind of done this motion with his right hand where he sort of fakes like he's running off to second.
Yeah.
To try and get Scott to perhaps flinch and maybe buck him over to second.
Yeah,
or
very
just
distraction-oriented kind of tool there.
Yeah, or just take his focus off. Maybe leave something over the heart of the plate or way off the plate. 2-2, runner stays put again, and it's bounced off of the hitter Ramirez, so he'll reach first with a hit by pitch. That one skipped 5 feet in front of him and still got him. It's the 2nd time that's happened today.
That it has, yeah. It was Tencher. But you can live with that if you're Scott. Obviously, you never want that result, but now you work with a left-hander, Schmidt, a young left-hander. He probably hasn't seen a whole lot of collegiate left-handed pitching.
Yeah, it is a good point. He did have a 2-strike count and lost the guy, but then first one to Schmidt's in there, so he gets back on his feet, gets ahead. From the third base side of the rubber, Scott stands in, looks to second. Now will come home. Pushed out foul to 3rd on the ground, so it goes to 0-2, another 2-strike count for the lefty Scott rather.
Really nice inner 3rd pitch there from Dylan Scott. Know that you're trying to challenge Schmidt there. You get exactly the result you're looking for. Foul ball, weak contact. Now you set him up well. You can go slider outside and probably get a wave and miss.
Schmidt in his summer debut goes after the 0-2, and it's tapped off the plate foul. So he stays alive. Is 1 for 3, has a base knock, scored a run. It's also flown out to Pulasic and left and struck out looking his last time last inning. So fourth time through for this lineup. Crawdads have yet to reach the top of their order for the fourth time, but they will in the bottom half of this inning. The next two-strike delivery from Scott. Slider waited on by Schmidt and hit high to right towards the line, racing over Aldridge, and towards the line he'll make the catch. In a full sprint, nice play out there and right to rob Schmidt of extra bases and a couple of runs. So 6.5, still knotted up at 5 apiece. Who's going to break the tie? We don't know yet. Let's find out. Crawdads offense searching for any answer to this San Francisco pitching staff that has made timely pitches. However, still the Crawdads able to scratch across 5 runs to even things up in the third and fourth innings. But that's been really the entire offense. All 5 of their hits came in both those innings. So it's been really nothing doing outside of those. 1, 2, 3s began the first and second. Then 4 batters faced in the fifth and a 1, 2, 3 last inning. So the first pitch of the inning to Drew Longacre skips in there for a ball. So he gets ahead, and he's been excellent. On base twice, scored a run, driven in 1 as well with a double. Batted both times with 2 outs, now gets to lead off the 7th. Sweeper waited on and hit out towards right. Coming in hard is Wald Vogel in towards the line. He'll make the catch. Right. So Crawdads lineup flips over now. 4th time up for TJ Woodson, who has gotten on twice, scored a run, and is just riding an absolute hot streak. He's been great, and again, on base twice today kind of extends that.
Yeah, he's just been so fantastic. Puts the ball in play, hard, loud contact, and doesn't swing at stuff that's outside the zone.
First one to him is in the zone off the front door. A sweeper lands nicely for this on the inside corner for a strike. Has already extended his hit streak to 6 games today. Doesn't have to worry about that now. You get to go up loose and try and deposit something in the gap. But it's way out in front of and off speed again. Goes 0-2.
Just pure funk from Juiced. Crawdad right-hander is having a little bit of problems. I mean, Longacre thought he had a good pitch to hit, a breaking ball that didn't break until late. Then it was off the end of his bat for a fly ball to right. Woodson has to avoid a similar fate.
Behind 0-2. Hard hit to short, though, unfortunately, right at Brewer, who throws on to first for out number 2.
Yep, just a routine ground ball. Got a solid sweeper over the heart of the zone, but just so low towards Woodson's knees that you can't really get under it and lift it for a line drive base. You kind of have to hit it on the ground, and at that launch angle, it was going straight to short.
And that's the purpose of the pitch, too. So well thrown then by Benjamin Juiced from a tricky arm angle. Daniel Pulasic now pounds one into the ground. A second on a high hop. Wall's got it. And a very quick inning retires the Crawdads in the 7th. Still 5-5, 8th inning coming up.
For the Seagulls, designated hitter number 30, Ethan.
8th inning now underway. Either team looking for an answer. They've been stuck at 5 runs apiece after 3 straight scoreless innings in the 5th, 6th, and 7th. The lefty Dylan Scott back to work. His first pitch is just outside. To the DH Ethan Lopez, 1 for 2 today. Scott's really been looking for that outside corner, and he's been close so many times, including that one there, 2-0.
He's really trying to pound the outside part of the zone against the right-handers. He hasn't been able to get the favorable calls.
So behind again, 2 balls, no strikes. And again outside, 3-0.
Goes to lick his hand, so maybe just not getting the right grip to get the right spin on any of these pitches.
We're looking for the answer here to start his 2nd inning. Nice first inning that included a hit by pitch and a walk that got him into some danger. And a walk here on 4 pitches starts his 2nd inning. So Crawdad pitching has handed out free passes kind of left and right today. It's now the 7th walk. There've also been several hit by pitch, 2 as well. So 9 free passes for the Crawdads today. Is taking a look at both these teams again, knotted at 5 apiece. And the Crawdads, it's been pretty much the expectation for them. 5 runs, 12 out of 17 games this season. For San Francisco, though, only 8 out of 17 games played have they scored 5 or more runs. So it's an offense that is kind of exceeding expectations a little bit today. But still, they're locked in a deadlock with the Crawdads as we have a pinch runner at first. It's Bryce Brooks. The speedy infielder, redshirt freshman who's coming against the Crawdads several times. A bunt squared around and taken Brandon Swanson, just trying to move him over, but doesn't want to bunt at a ball.
Got to try and manufacture runs, go with the speedy pinch hitter, and then try to square down a bunt. It's the right idea if you're the Seagulls.
You'll square around again and you'll get it down, but in foul territory. So Scott steals a strike. Evens up at 1-1. Brandon Swanson is 0 for 3 today, so just trying to kind of help his team out, help the cause getting out, but get the runner over at the very least. As Kevin Parker Jr. is about even with the mound on the infield. He'll crash. And the pitch gets away from Longacre. Bryce Brooks a free 90 to second on the wild pitch. That one hurts.
Yeah, that it does. Just creates a free opportunity for Brooks to move over. He's got a lot of speed. So now ball in play allows him to at least move to third in all likelihood, and then a hit brings the go-ahead run across.
That's right, yeah, go-ahead run with a lot of speed now on second. Scott behind 2-1. Corners are still in. Toes are on the grass for both Parker and Taylor. Swinging away, though, is Swanson as he lifts one towards right center. Medium deep. Perez is going to call it off. Tagging and bluffing the go as Brooks, as a strong throw from Perez shows why he should stay put there.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do if you're Perez there. Obviously make the catch first priority, then a rocket throw over to third to be like, hey, don't run on me. I'll throw you out.
So the fly out works essentially as a bunt would have, thanks to the wild pitch by Dylan Scott. So Bryce Brooks now on second still. With the 9-hitter Marcus Graham, a lefty to face the left Scott. And a base hit his last time in the 6th, as well as that is walked in an RBI. This one skips away from Longacre. Brooks to third.
Now a sac fly gets the job done and breaks the tie.
Yeah, only needs to put it in the air. The infield will come in now. Trying to choke that ever-important go-ahead run here in the 8th inning. It's getting late. That one called a wild pitch. Longacre kind of had a beat on it, but since it goes in the dirt, gets tagged onto Dylan Scott. So now the lefty has to deal with the runner on third. Infield in this one. Hit high and deep to right center. Should be plenty deep as Perez tracks it in the gap. He'll make the catch. Brooks going to come home standing up. A deep flyout does exactly what you foreshadowed, Charlie. A perfect swing with the runner on third and fewer than 2 outs.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all you had to do. Just lift the ball in the air. Thanks to the 2 wild pitches, San Francisco up by 1. But Dylan Pettis again showing off the arm. I mean, that was a one-hop throw all the way home that was maybe a second behind the runner.
Graham just gave it too good of a ride to really have a shot. That one was perfectly executed, hit deep into right center. As now the leadoff man, Hurtado, takes the ball outside. 5th time he's come up. Only been on base once. But again, that is a very big run in this game. Crawdads offense that seemingly has stalled ever since the 4th inning. So one that was hammered on the ground fell.
Yeah, the offense is really going to have to pick the team back up. I mean, the pitching staff, to their credit, only 6 runs allowed. You'll generally take that in the CCL. The offense has been hot, scoring lots of runs. Scored 8 yesterday, 5 on Sunday, 12 the day before on Saturday against Alameda, 11 in San Bruno against the Seagulls. So they really need to pick up the defense.
Lefty deals to the righty, hit hard to short. Woodson deals with a tricky hop and fires a strike over to Taylor at first. So the wild pitches bring around a run via sac fly, and the Crawdads trail the 4-13 Seagulls. Bottom 8 coming up. New left fielder into the game for the Seagulls. It's Cade Heflin into left for Armando Hurtado. The leadoff man is now relieved of his duties in the field. So getting a little more defense out there as the Seagulls are circling in on their first win against the Crawdads this season. They're 6 outs away from taking a road upset. As KPJ now stands in with a chance to get things started for this Crawdads offense that's been totally dormant since the 4th. 9 straight outs. A few base runners in between is the first pitch from Benjamin Juice taken inside for a ball.
And it's been all offensive struggles for Walnut Creek. I mean, the pitchers, 6 runs is manageable, but the offense has not scored anything, have not gotten a board really since the 4th inning.
Breaking ball, waited on and hammered through the left side. Parker Jr. on to start the inning. That was probably the hardest hit ball we've seen all day.
That it was, and that's exactly how you have to try and break the deficit. Just hard hit balls, got to wait on the breaking balls that you get that are really slow from Juice. Now Moss a chance to do some more damage.
So now 2 lefties back-to-back get to stand in against the righty Juice, but these 2 lefties have really struggled mightily today. 5 strikeouts between the 2 in 6 plate appearances. Moss in charge of 2 of the strikeouts, and a big rip fouls back the first offering. Also rolled out to Tanner Wall as last time. So Moss behind 0-1. Kevin Parker, lots of speed on first. This is a chance, a run-scoring opportunity as the check goes to Parker. As Crawdads looking down another potential walk-off situation. They do have 2 this year. And, of course, the most dramatic one coming here at home, a 3-run homer in extra innings against the Alameda Merchants. As the next pitch to Moss up and away. So he takes the ball, but you have to think this is the chance to kind of get back in this game. Might not need a walk-off after this inning if they can get 2 home.
No, you don't want to resort to a walk-off, which happened just 1 week ago for Walnut Creek. Got to just get ahead and keep the lead, close it out in the top of the 9th.
Kevin Parker runs. Pitch taken inside, and Parker's down to second. And that was actually on the inside corner for a strike. So 1-2 to Moss. Now a runner in scoring position. Approach changes just a little bit. But still with 2 strikes, no chance to really try and bunt him over. Moss will be swinging away. So now Parker in the second. It was his 11th stolen base on the season. Juice the side armor. Looks back at him twice. Now comes home. Fires a breaking ball way outside. Easy take by Sutter Moss.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to wait for one of your pitches to hit. Juice really favoring the breaking ball right now as a left-hander. You got to kind of sit, wait for a breaking ball, and just hammer one into the gaps.
2 to Moss. Fouled away off the left side. Nicely spotted kind of on the outside part of the plate.
Yeah, had to protect, not the pitch that you know you're able to drive. That's emergency swing. Get out ahead and keep yourself alive on what would have been called strike 3.
Fighting off tough pitches. That's the name of the game with 2 strikes, especially in a run-scoring opportunity. With nobody out and a lot of speed on second. Juice deals. Way outside. Moss takes. Goes to a full count. Now in danger of walking the go-ahead run onto base. Moss could really erase everything from the 0 for 3 so far with a base hit here. Parker dancing around. He'll go to third. Moss fouls it away. Staying alive at the plate. A lot of movement. You're kind of looking directly at him when you're a hitter and there's a base runner on second, so you don't want him to distract you, but nice job of staying dialed by Moss to remember he's got to stay alive too.
Yeah, outside changeup. He knows just track it, protect that outer part of the zone. That was going to be a close pitch, whether it would have been a called strike or called ball. Moss had to protect. That's the right swing.
So another 3-2. Parker stays put. Moss waits on it. Hammered to center field. Back goes Schmidt. All he can do is watch. It's gone. Sutter Moss challenges center field again and beats it.
That's exactly what you have to do right there, Harry. Wait on a breaking ball, wait on a breaking ball, wait on a breaking ball. He got it hard of the plate, demolishes it dead center. And Sutter Moss is blazing hot, folks.
Second homer of the summer for Sutter. Got deep in the count, finally got his pitch, and blasted it out to center field as the Crawdads continue to add on to their CCL leading home run tally. That's the 13th now. Leads the CCL by 4. And the Seagulls have allowed now their 20th home run as Cam Taylor takes a strike. So both of those leading the CCL. One thing that you want to be leading in, the other you don't. You want to be leading in homers as an offense, but as a pitching staff, the Seagulls now, again, have allowed 20 of them. As Taylor takes ball 2 up and, or ball 1 up and away, evens up.
Yeah, Crawdads just been teeing off on Seagulls pitchers all season long. That's another example there.
Next one to Taylor, he swings through off the front hip. So goes to 1-2. Again, the 20th home run allowed by Seagull pitching. While the Crawdads have a pretty considerable lead on the offensive side in home runs, the Seagulls have allowed 20. The next closest is Sonoma, who's allowed 8. Taylor now lifts one high to right, though in the ballpark. In comes Wald Vogel, and he'll put leather on it.
There's another guy, Cam Taylor, who was trying to go back-to-back, almost had to swing, but too far under it.
Certainly has come close a couple of times today and yesterday. Just the launch angle, again, a little too high, getting a little under it. Now Elijah Ramos, the righty, stands in a whole new ball game. 7-6, Crawdads leading it after the 2-run shot by Sutter Moss. His second. Ramos goes back towards the middle to his left, the shortstop. Brewer can't handle it. Off his chest, tries to throw, but it'll not be in time. That goes down. It's an E6. Just the second error of the day for the team that leads the CCL in errors. Number 48 on the season. They're creeping up towards 50. So a couple of the, again, things that are dubious if you're at the top of the list for
Absolutely.
coming to hurt the Seagulls in this inning.
That was a well-hit ball, though, from
It was.
Elijah Ramos. Just smoked up the middle. And honestly, if Brewer doesn't really bobble it there, I think it could have been an infield hit.
I think so, too. It was kind of softly hit towards the weak spot. Dylan Perez watches a change outside for a ball. So just one out. 2 runs in for the Crawdads on 2 hits. Obviously, the home run by Sodermoss, the big one. Got to 3-2. Worked it long. Nice at bat. Took a breaking ball or something off speed out over the center field fence as that one gets past the catcher, Graham. And Ramos will head to second. That's a pass ball. And importantly, at the plate, it goes to 2-0. That wipes out the possibility of a double play.
Yeah, very important no double play opportunity, at least in the traditional sense. Anything could happen in baseball, but gives Perez a little more breathing room. He can wait and look for a pitch that he can really drive, or he can be aggressive on a breaking ball he sees and tries to do some damage.
2-0 with Shane Aldridge on deck. Perez trying to add on to a new lead. He hammers one to right. This is way back, and it is gone. Dylan Perez makes it a pair of 2-run homers in the 8th. And just like he did in San Bruno, goes deep to right field against the Seagulls.
Cardiac Crawdads have woken up officially, Harry, and that's exactly what I was talking about from Perez. You're up 2-0 after the wild pitch. The runner's in scoring position. Now you can wait, look for a pitch you know you can drive, gets an elevated off-speed pitch, top of the zone, and just demolishes it pull side. Exactly what he did last time he homered when the Crawdads visited San Bruno last week.
Now going to meet on the mound with Benjamin Juiced, who's all of a sudden given up 4 runs in this inning. 3 of them are earned because of the error that allowed Elijah Ramos to get on before Dylan Perez clobbered that one to right. Man, that was a shot. But it's with nobody up in the bullpen, Juiced. He's got to kind of fight through this here. It's tough out there.
And now at this point, a 3-run lead for Walnut Creek. This is probably the last inning that Seagulls pitchers will throw, especially with Jacob Coburn warming up for Walnut Creek, looking like he's going to try and shut the door.
As it stands right now, would be a save situation for Coburn. Doesn't have any on the season, much like every Crawdads pitcher except for Carlos Hernandez, as Aldridge now turns on one, but pulls it away foul. He's had a couple that he's given a good ride.
Yeah, that's the second one. Second would-be homer if he was just a little bit later.
Crawdads not being fooled by much of what Juiced has to offer now. Into his 3rd inning after a 5-inning start by Loudon Hilliard. There's a strike, though. Wow, 9-6. All of a sudden, the Crawdads, Cardiac Crawdads, woke up in the 8th. Once it was time, this one roasted through the right side. Base hit. Shane Aldridge on for the first time today.
Now with that, the Crawdads looking to make it 11-1 when Shane Aldridge reaches base safely. It's a nice back-to-back days with singles for Shane Aldridge. He's starting to heat up.
Yeah, been on a bit of a cold streak, but a big hit now to keep this inning rolling, as this will probably be the day for Benjamin Juiced. It is the 2nd mound visit, meaning he will have to come out. And new pitcher coming in for the Seagulls on the opposite side of the break. We'll let you know who it is and all about him. Crawdads now lead it 6-9. the righty Kai Hanasaki into the game from Tokyo, Japan. It'll be his 5th appearance out of the bullpen this season. 5 innings pitched so far, giving up 8 hits, 8 runs, 6 of which have been earned to the tune of a 1080 earned run average. Just 2 strikeouts to 2 walks. So, or excuse me, 2 strikeouts to 7 walks. So, guy who just needs to try and get in the zone. He does fire from a sidearm slot, not as low as Tencher or Juiced.
He keeps his body more upright and just kind of fully extends the arm. I tried to do it and hit the fence behind us. It's kind of strange. I haven't really seen it before.
It's kind of funky, a little bit whippy. But he'll meet Drew Longacre first. Juiced, 4 runs allowed in the inning, though he is in charge of the runner on first as well, who takes off for second and will be in without a throw as the pitch takes the catcher, Graham, out of the picture a little bit. So Aldridge up to second with Drew Longacre, who again has worked on a really, really solid game today out of the 9 spot. The young catcher now has a man out at second with just 1 down. Chance to drive him in. Outside for a ball. And yeah, like you said, I mean, Hanasaki kind of short arms it a little bit. Guess that's how I'd kind of describe it. Comes around quickly.
He certainly has some velocity to it, but it's very odd.
Longacre way ahead, and well, now even more ahead, 3-0.
Got to wonder if mechanically it's, you know, makes Hanasaki a little more prone to kind of whipping the ball too far with the hand like he's done in that last pitch.
All 3 of them so far, too far outside, so I have to say what I've witnessed is, yeah, that's probably pretty accurate. There's a 3-0 now to Longacre. Once again, way outside, all 4, easy walk.
Yeah, Longacre doesn't even have to move the bat.
Hardly even had to think. Now that'll bring the top of the order up. TJ Woodson, who hit the ball hard last time, just right to the shortstop Brewer on the ground. But he has straightened out a couple of really, really hard line drives so far in his young career as a Crawdad. Again, good for the CCL lead in double, 7 in the league season, 9 total. Hanasaki finds the strike zone, trying to work quickly now.
And right-hander just does a nice job throwing right over the zone. Fastball at the knees. That's what you want. You need a good first pitch.
So ahead after throwing 4 straight balls to Longacre. And he just balked. Started to turn to second, but didn't step off the rubber at all. And so that'll advance the runners to third and second. Aldridge on third. Longacre to second.
Now, TJ Woodson, you can get a little bit of some breathing room here. No chance to ground ball double play. If you see something you like, can probably take a big hack and at least put it in the air, drive in Aldridge.
Second balk of the season for the Seagulls, first for Hanasaki. Now towards second, cut off by Wall, but on the slide, his throw all the way goes to first, run comes in from third. So a successful at bat for TJ Woodson to drive in the run on the infield in situation. And Longacre moves to third.
Yeah, it does the job. I mean, put the ball in play, score a run, give the Crawdads 1 more insurance run to the tally. You know, obviously Woodson probably not too happy that he wasn't able to get a hit, but he'll take the ribby.
Now Pulasic, the first lefty to face Hanasaki. Watches ball 1 way outside. 9th batter to come around for the Crawdads this inning after back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. The breakthrough they needed. 1-0 now inside. Just off the knees of Daniel Pulasic.
Yeah, it looks like it might have scraped the jersey on the knees of Pulasic, man. That was
look out.
Razor thin.
Another righty warming up for the Seagulls. As Hanasaki trying to get the final out, but falls down 3-0 to Daniel Pulasic in danger of another 4-pitch walk.
Another left-hander with pop for Walnut Creek. Wouldn't be surprised if Pulasic takes a rip.
Well, the 3-0 hits him. And that's actually very fortunate for the Seagulls. That pitch was bound for the backstop. Would have been a run, but the only thing that stopped it was Daniel Pulasic's front heel.
Yeah, good call, Harry. Otherwise, Longacre would have come in for the 11th run on the day.
So Kevin Parker Jr. stands in for the second time And he got everything started in this inning back, feels like 15, 20 minutes ago, when he led this thing off with a base hit. Sutter Moss followed him with a homer. Drove them both in. That was the swing the Crawdads have been waiting for. Since then, they've added 3. Runners are on the corners. Longacre on third with Pulaski on first. Check goes to Pulaski on first, but he's back easily. Kevin Parker came into today, 6 for his last 16, was 2 for the 20 at before that. Longacre stays put at third while Pulaski takes off for second. He'll have no contest. An easy stolen base. Doesn't get easier than that.
Yeah, plus a ball at the dish, too. Yep. Parker Jr. 2 RBI chance now with a ball in play, or a single at least.
Yeah, 2 down, runners on second and third. Going to have the 2-out jump. Anything to the outfield will be 2. Hanasaki, the 1-0. Off the outside with a fastball. Jacob Coburn in the right field bullpen for the Crawdads. Looks like he's ready to go for the top of the 9th as the changeup is ripped through by Parker. 2-1.
Yeah, I was looking at all of that. Thought it was going to be a fastball. It just falls off the table. He was ready to clobber it over the left field wall.
Yeah, he really pulled off it, but 2-1 still ahead. Probably hunting a fastball again. Popped back foul.
Yeah, hunting fastball. Got the off speed again. Able to just get a piece, but now Hanasaki kind of has him where he wants him.
Book is closed on Benjamin Juiced. 4 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned. No walks, a strikeout on 39 pitches. In line for the loss now. Dylan Scott moves in line for the win. 2-2. Run saved by Marcus Graham, the catcher.
Whew. Athletic play. We've seen Longacre make a couple of those. Yeah. How about the backstops in this game?
Doing the dirty work back there. That one saved a run just as Daniel Pulaski's front heel did. Batter a go. Now we have a full count with 2 down. 5 runs home for the Crawdads, looking for more. That one in the dirt, but kept in front by Graham. So Parker works the walk on the full count. Now the man that started the scoring, Sutter Moss, earlier this inning, took an off-speed pitch from Benjamin Juiced and blasted it over the center field fence.
Oh, man.
Now Mark Killia going to come up and chat. Might be the end of the day. A very short day for Kai Hanasaki.
It will be.
As in the right field bullpen, J.B. Ferreira coming in. We'll take a quick break as he takes a long trot to the mound. Hanasaki recorded 1 out, but a run came home on his line. So we'll be back. Crawdads leading it 10-6. Sutter Moss facing a new arm. J.B. Ferreira comes on for the Seagulls, just trying to put a stop to this bleeding that has been the onslaught in the eighth inning. Crawdads have struck 5 times, doubling their run total from the entire game. And Ferreira's kind of had trouble doing exactly that this season so far. 7 appearances, an ERA over 13. In 10 2/3, he's allowed 22 hits.
Yeah, he has been a very much contact-oriented pitcher, just 3 strikeouts on the season. And he would really like to roll a pair. Well, not even a pair, just a ground ball.
2 are out with the bases loaded. He inherits a tough situation, fires a slow changeup for a strike. The off-speed really takes a while to get there. So Moss going to have to kind of sit back here, not get too excited.
And everything from Ferreira a little bit slower.
In the dirt, kicks out in front of Graham, the catcher, a nice stop. As Longacre doesn't run extraordinarily well at third, so it's going to take something to the backstop to get him in. Though at second, Pulasic, and at first, Parker Jr., they run excellently. One ball, 1 strike, nowhere to put Sutter Moss. With the bases loaded, 2 outs. Next delivery, just way out in front, Moss, for the second strike. And when you see a guy, again, with lower velocity, you think maybe you start to lick your chops a bit. But when it's such a different look from the guys who have come in beforehand, it really has that effect of just never coming to home plate. Moss behind 1-2. Fights one into fair territory towards third. They are not going to have a play. Moss reaches first on an infield single. And Drew Longacre comes in. The rest of the guys go station to station.
Wow, just infield dribbler for Moss. He was looking for all of it that at bat. He saw the slower velo, was like, I can get a grand slam here. I just launched a 2-run shot. Why not? And just got one off the end of the bat. Fortunate that it kind of stabbed over towards third, and he's able to leg it out.
That was crazy.
That it was.
That was a ridiculous hit. But now, Bam Bam Taylor, bases loaded. 6 runs already in. And 2 outs. If he gets a hit, everyone here gets a Meadowlark Dairy token. Has not yet got one today and fouls the first pitch back.
And Taylor's going to be another guy who's probably swinging for it all against a slower velocity pitcher here.
And why not? You got now a 5-run cushion on the board with the way this bullpen's been pitching for the Crawdads. They don't need more, but they'll take it. This one towards the middle. Backhand scoop by Wall. He'll go the short way to second. And Taylor is retired to finally put an end to the inning. But the Crawdads strike 6 times on 5 hits. A couple of homers, 2-run shots by Sutter Moss and Dylan Perez have this game turned on its head. 11-6 now. Crawdads leading it big time with Jacob Coburn, the hard-thrown righty, coming in. Jacob Coburn, the hard-throwing righty, looking to shut things down, though not in a safe situation anymore. Kind of has some breathing room as he's throwing 2 new catcher back there as well. Brandon Clisby checks into the game for Drew Longacre. As we're just over 3 hours in this one, and the Crawdads had a very long 8th inning in their own right. Wow, added 6 runs after going 3 straight innings without scoring 1. Was 5-5 for a very long time, but Charlie, that was what we were waiting for.
Absolutely. We were waiting for the offensive explosion. It finally happened. Now the Crawdads just trying to shut the door. Coburn, the hard-throwing righty, and they go to Brandon Clisby, whose defense is fantastic behind the dish as well. Try to make sure nothing crazy happens.
Dylan's got 2 really solid innings of work. A run allowed on no hits, though did kind of get bitten by the walk bug. Now the first pitch of Coburn's day is low and in to the 2-hitter Tanner Wall. Made a nice play to finally put an end to the bottom half of the 8th. As all of a sudden the Seagulls batters hitting in a entirely different setting. Down 5 runs against one of the best pitchers in the CCL. Low and in again, 2-1.
Yeah, Coburn, we know the stuff is there. The fastball is lightning quick. The breaking stuff pairs well. Just has to throw it for strikes. He needs to settle in, find his command a little bit more here.
Next one from him, a nice slider, vertically breaking for strike number 2.
Yeah, beautiful pitch right there.
Tanner Wall takes some time to get back into the box after seeing that one. Knee buckling slider after seeing straight fastballs. 2-2. Another fastball reaches out, hits it shallow to center. Perez racing in, he won't get it, and he'll kind of skip away from him, but not too far for Wall to advance to second. He's on first with a leadoff single. Second hit of the day.
Yeah, good piece of hitting. Wall just attacks velocity with a soft contact swing, just puts the barrel to it, makes sure it's even through the plate, and lines it into center.
Jake Brewer now, the shortstop, batting third, as Tanner Wall on first. He hits one hard out to center, but this one's right at Perez, so he'll move over to his right, make the catch for out number 1.
And that's what you're looking for if you're Coburn. If you can't get the swing and miss stuff, just have some hard contact to the outfield, let your fielders take care of the rest.
Right fielder number 42, Derek
Derek Waldvogel in now, has yet to record a hit, has been on base one time in the 4th. One pitch could now win it for the Crawdads. It's up the middle. Woodson and Ramos both kind of shaded towards the bag. First pitch up stairs, taken for ball 1. Throw over to first, gets away from Cam Taylor. Tanner Wall has a lot of move. I mean, he has so much room. That one went all the way to the Crawdads bullpen. He probably could have gotten to third if he were going 100% the whole way, but they'll take the advance over to second regardless. First error on the day for the Crawdads.
That it is, and Seagulls are going to take advantage now. Coburn can't roll a pair here, has to attack Waldvogel. Try to just get him out first and then focus on Ramirez after him.
Fastball. Right by Waldvogel, swing and a miss.
Love to see what the TrackMan data says that velocity was there.
That was smoke, and I love the effect of the dust popping out of the glove of Clisby. Coburn working quickly, swing and a miss, way late Waldvogel.
Now I think he's realizing he's just going to overpower these Seagull hitters with the fastball, might as well attack.
Here comes another one probably.
I would be surprised if it wasn't.
1-2, Wall on second. Popped right up on the infield, took something off. Cam Taylor racing in. He'll be the one to call it at first, and he'll pull it in for out number 2. Back-to-back weak flyouts. Have the Crawdads 1 out away from another win. Would be their 8th straight win. Looking to improve to 9-3 at home. San Francisco in danger of going down 4-14 overall. They're already in dead last in the CCL. And they are 1-6 on the road, looking to decline to 1-7 as Sebastian Ultreras will grab a bat and hit for Alan Ramirez.
Might as well try to go for a spark, get Ultreras up. And should the Crawdads come away with the victory today, Harry, 8 straight wins would be their best winning streak in the last 2 seasons.
That is such a mark to reach this early on, too.
And they're rolling.
First pitch, Ultreras swings and misses. Again, way behind the Coburn fastball. It's been the name of the game for Coburn all season long so far. Next one, a fastball just inside. 1-1. Runner dancing off a second. Ultreris didn't know what to do with that swing. Instead, it's just strike two. Looked like a splitter from Coburn.
Yeah,
Something running our arm side off speed.
Yeah, strange movement. Got the sword. 1 strike away.
So now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Coburn from the stretch. Almost drills Ultreris. Look out. Two and two. Inside corner, check swing, did not go. Just off the inside. I thought the check down to first by the home plate ump was him ringing him, punching him out.
Yeah, it looked like it for a second, but Ultreris does a nice job keeping the lumber just before home plate. Didn't go all the way around. That was a fastball, so maybe Coburn goes slider outside here.
3-2. Fastball swung on and missed. The high-powered stuff, too much for Ultreris, the pinch hitter. And wow, the Crawdads with a big-time comeback win after going down in the 8th. They explode for 6 runs, 2 homers by Sutter Moss and Dylan Perez in the inning. Is the difference in the end, Charlie? But wow, now that's back-to-back days where the Crawdads have gone down 2-0 very early on and have just kind of fought back to win. So they're winning games every single way, though this game maybe not one the way you'd expect. We expected them to dominate the Seagulls, and it didn't happen today. It's probably a game that the Crawdads are not most proud of.
No, but they still got it done, and that's all that counts. We'll keep breaking it down on the Crawdad postgame show. Just a second here. Welcome into today's post-game show brought to you by Up the Creek Records. Up the Creek is a great record shop right next to the Ace Hardware in downtown Walnut Creek. They buy and sell new and used vinyl records, CDs, and cassettes, as well as skateboard gear and a variety of other fun gifts like yo-yos and hacky sacks. They also have an all-ages live music venue that hosts local bands every weekend, so check out who's playing at upthecreekrecords.com. Today's player of the game brought to you by Worth Group Restaurants, a local collection of East Bay restaurants owned and operated by Rodney Worth. It includes the Peasant and the Pear in Danville, the Bourbon Pear in Livermore, and the Golden Pear in Walnut Creek. Worth Group Restaurants, official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Today's player of the game, Sutter Moss. Sutter, big game, the 2-run homer in the 8th, then another RBI single in the 8th. How are you feeling after that?
Not bad. Just got some pitches to hit. Fought off a tough 3-2 bat on the homer, and then just drove in the runs for the boys.
When you had that 3-2 pitch, what were you expecting him to throw?
Just something over the plate. Didn't want to walk me. Didn't want to have a runner on first and second, so I knew he was going to come at me, so I just had to be ready to fight off anything or drive anything.
You've been red hot since June 9th, Sutter. Has anything changed with your approach or your swing since that time?
I mean, a lot of fiddling around, stride and close, stride and open, a lot of like really in-deep stuff, but at the end of the day, no, just simplifying a little bit and going out there and just trying to compete every day. So it's been working out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is your first time playing really since last summer when you played for the West Coast Kings, and you've been doing a great job. What does it mean to you to be playing here with the Crawdads and getting in some really good reps?
It means a lot. I'm really grateful for all the opportunities I'm getting. It's really like a blessing being out there playing it again. It feels really good every day I get to come out here. So I'm super grateful to Crawdads, Coach Cummings, and everyone around here. Great place, great people.
Is there anything you're looking to prove this summer before you head back to school next fall?
Now I'm the same setter, and I'm planning to show everyone that.
Anything you want to say to the Crawdads fans back home?
Let's go win the week.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your time, Sutter. We appreciate it. We'll take a quick break here on the Crawdads postgame show. When we come back, Harry and I will break down the game right after this. Back on the Crawdad postgame show, let's have a look at today's sweet play of the game, brought to you by Batter and Icing, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Batter and Icing is a locally owned custom bakery with 2 retail outlets in Danville and Pleasant Hill. Since 2018, they've been creating everything from birthday and wedding cakes to corporate event desserts, all made fresh with quality ingredients and plenty of creativity. Learn more or place an order using the Crawdad fundraiser part of the Order Online tab at www.batterandicing.com. Orders can be picked up at any Crawdad home game. And for today's play of the game, we have to go all the way back to the top of the second. A diving grab over at third base. Kevin Parker Jr. on the ground out, scooped it, and threw across the diamond on a laser. Trey Galino likely the next guy out of the pen for Walnut Creek. 2-2. Fastball grounded sharply to third. Diving effort, Parker Jr. The throw across the diamond in time. How about 2 web gems for Parker Jr. over there at third? Harry, such a fantastic, sweet play of the game, and we've seen Kevin Parker Jr. just be so awesome in the hot corner all year long.
Yeah, it was the arm that really showed it off today, that he really showed off today, and it was on that play, it was the most evident, right? I mean, just fired an absolute missile across the diamond, so he can really chuck it. He loves to get dirty, make those diving stops, because I think he sometimes even goes to the diving stop if the ball's not too far to his left or right, because he knows he has that arm, right? He has the ability to just kind of go to the ground, meet the ball there, and then just, again, rip a throw over past the mound to first. And, man, it was beautiful to watch today. A couple of times he showed it off, so that was fantastic by KPJ, who's just been on a roll offensively, around the bases, and on defense.
Absolutely. Part of a complete win for Walnut Creek. It didn't look great, all things considered, but they got it done. The pitching staff held San Francisco to just 6 runs. The offense, when they needed it most, the Cardiac Crawdads sprung back to life. Harry, your biggest takeaways from today's game?
Well, they're showing that they can win in many different ways. They did it today, they did it yesterday behind 2 several times, but today required a few different comebacks. 3 different times the Crawdads were behind, and every single time they battled back. Yes, it's against San Francisco, who now is down to 4-14 in conference play, and just offensively and pitching-wise, doesn't score a lot and gives up a lot of runs. So it's a team you expected them to dominate a bit, but still, they're able to respond to the slight adversity of going behind a team that they, should kind of be handily beating.
That they are. And I think Austin Oda, our general manager, wants to have a few quick words here on the Crawdad postgame show. So Austin, welcome in.
I just wanted to say hi, man.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
It's a pretty good win, all things considered.
8 wins in a row. That doesn't happen a lot.
I mean, last year the longest win streak was 7 for Walnut Creek. So they've already surpassed that.
It's in the media guide somewhere. I don't know when the last 8-game win streak was.
Well, I lived it.
I'll check that out today. 3 years ago.
3 years
is that
ago.
Confirmed?
Look at that.
We'll check it out. I'll look in the guide. It's
Either
good baseball,
way.
dude.
I mean, what stood out the most to you about this win, Austin?
Like the Cardiac Crawdads are back, and when I think it's easy to do it. Like, look, the Crawdads, in my opinion, are a top 2 talented team in the CCL North, right?
Correct.
So you're going to win a lot of games based on your talent alone. But I think those kinds of wins don't come from just being better than teams. It comes from, you see after the Sutter Moss home run, Elijah Ramos run out of the dugout and pump his fist. You see Devin James top stepping. And that's what it's all about, right? It's more than just the guys on the field. It's the guys that aren't contributing in the immediate future that are getting it done. And it's cool to see. And we're in, what, June 25th?
Yes.
Yeah, June 24th and whatever day it is. And
it's the 25th.
25th?
Yeah.
You know, we've won so
days
much
roll on.
recently that it's, you know, I lose track of the days.
8 wins in a row. It's just been fantastic for Walnut Creek, and I think, you know, top 2 talented team, as you put it, Austin. The sky's the limit for this Crawdad squad, it feels like.
Playing good ball. I think, you know, we hear the saying a lot, right? Good teams win games. Great teams win games that they're not supposed to win. And I think today might have been a game that the Crawdads probably should have lost. And they won it. So
That they did. Masterful effort for Walnut Creek. Pass it back over to. Oh, one last thought, Austin.
am I coming back on Saturday
Hell yeah.
when we're in Sonoma?
Yeah.
I
Let's do
think-
it.
I think it's a plan.
Yeah, I think we should. It'll be fun. Harry, any last thoughts before we get out of here on the post-game show?
Keep rolling, dads. Let's go. Might not have a broadcast tomorrow, but
We'll
hopefully.
see. Hopefully.
We're hoping.
We're going to try to get it to you folks. We're going to San Bruno again. The Wi-Fi connectivity there, not ideal, but we're going to do our best to go live. It'll be radio only if we do go live tomorrow. So just, you know, stay tuned, stay planned for that. We'll keep everybody updated on our Crawdads social pages. So tune in on Twitter, on Instagram, Walnut Creek Crawdads, at pretty much every platform. Check out our analytics Twitter. Check out our TikTok. We've got all kinds of awesome media things going on here at Walnut Creek. But anyways, folks, for Austin Oda, his brief appearance, for Harry Setrakian, my other broadcaster, Jack Brooks, my broadcast producer, Charlie Limoncelli signing off. We'll see you tomorrow, folks.